of the Marin County Athletic League opener between your Tamalpais Red-Tailed Hawks and the visiting San Rafael Bulldogs is just minutes away on a pristine Saturday afternoon at Sam Chapman Stadium on Bruce Grant Field. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Brian Murphy, your play-by-play man for today, alongside
Pete Searson here for color commentary. Nice to be here. Brian, as you said, beautiful day, light winds. This is going to be awesome. We just got through with a dynamite little JV game, and good on San Rafael to squeak that out.
We did see San Rafael squeak out an 18-14 win over Tam, but it is the varsity game that we'll be calling today. It is homecoming. Hopefully a little extra energy from the crowd and a blue out, and of course a very juicy opener for a 3-0 San Rafael team coming in here undefeated in preseason, notching a 23-9 win over Piner, a 30-14 win over Pinole Valley, and a 7-0 win in week 3. So they come in here with a little bit, well, not a little bit, but with a lot of momentum and a team on the rise, a program on the rise. Pete, what a storyline. Their head coach, Casey Sully, was Matthew Lamont, our head coach's right-hand man, offensive coordinator for years. Not only that, Pete, they went to high school together and were best friends.
They did.
Oh my, we got ourselves a little.
Oh my, who do you want to beat the most? You want to beat your friends the most. I have always loved to torture my friends with whatever athletic ability I had, and so their memories are strong, and they're both looking at each other with a crooked eye saying, well, I got this. So,
well, in addition to the personal aspect of wanting to beat your friend's brains out, you have the knowledge of each other's offenses. And that's going to be a big factor today.
Yeah, tendencies, what are you going to do here? I think I know what they're going to do. And, when that comes true, they're just patting themselves on the back, both those guys.
So if you're watching this game on YouTube, first of all, welcome again to TAM TV's broadcast. We're just about 2 minutes away from the national anthem and kickoff here as the fans file in. And if you watch this game, watch the tendencies. Watch if San Rafael is sniffing out, indeed, what TAM is doing. And watch, indeed, if TAM can sniff out what San Rafael is doing. But we should probably lay the groundwork about this TAM offense, which is just absolutely soaring. How many red-tailed Hawks soaring puns will we make today? Because this offense is humming behind the outstanding senior quarterback. How many times are we going to call number 9 Braden Young today?
Yeah, several times, and we will try to find some other words other than soaring. But, don't hold us to it because we get excited as well. And seeing Braden go thus far with these games of his, he just seemed poised and balanced, and maybe most importantly, like he's really enjoying it. I mean, we're winning, which is fun, but it's got to be just a real thrill to be a senior, your senior year after coming in halfway through your sophomore season as Q1 and having a go and really kind of peaking early. Hate to say it, but things are good right now. So let's stay healthy. Let's play with enthusiasm. These kids, smiles. Let's have some fun. It's still a game.
Are you ready for this stat? In the great state of California, Braden Young is number 8 in the state of California in passing yards.
Hey,
there's a lot of good high school football players in the state of California. Braden Young is number 8.
There is. And you almost want to stay at 8 because you know why? 8 is great. I mean, what an achievement, And he's got to be very, very proud of that and really wanting to add to it. So,
Well, he's going to look for. We've been calling the name Andrew Gordon a lot today. Andrew Gordon. You're talking about another guy who's one of the great state leaders in the state in receiving. He is the go-to guy for Braden Young. So we'll be looking at number 5 today, and of course his secondary target, number 4, Big Lachlan Hindley, who was last seen scoring the clinching point for the TAM lacrosse team in the springtime when they won the NCS championship. I was here for that game. I know nothing about lacrosse.
Yeah, well, you saw that.
I saw a bumbling stud going down, swiping the ball into the net for a 1-point overtime win that got Tam an NCS pennant that's hanging in Gus Gym. By the way, shout out athletic director Nate Johnson, who almost single-handedly has put all the pennants back up in Gus Gym.
I heard about that. Here we go.
The PA announcer underway.
All right.
About ready to get going.
Let's listen up.
Conference football game between San Rafael High School and your Tamalpais Red-Tailed Hawks.
Once again, welcome to the TAM San Rafael MCAL opener. Teams had successful preseasons, TAM 3-1, only an overtime loss.
Head coaches for today's game, the Tamalpais Hawks are coached by Matt Lamont, and the San Rafael Bulldogs are coached by Casey Sully. Our officials for today's game are John Little, Barbados, Darren Brookshire, and Nate
Went
Sterling.
up to the Sierra foothills peak. It is time, almost, for our next round.
We're getting close. This will be a live performance. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Today our national anthem is sung by senior varsity cheerleader Niall Thomas.
You got this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, our ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets crackling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well done. Niall.
Ladies and gentlemen, Niall Harris, our very own Tailpipes Red-tailed Hawk with an outstanding national anthem.
Fantastic. Like she's done that a million times. That was her first time giving us that treat. That is fantastic. Little live performance, get things going.
As McFadden and Whitehead once sang, ain't no stopping us now, Pete.
Hey now,
W.
I got
W's
you.
coming.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
All right, we are looking at a beautiful afternoon. Once again, a very pleasant good afternoon. TAM TV live from Mill Valley, California on Saturday afternoon as the Tailpipes Red-tailed Hawks host the San Rafael Bulldogs. I'm Brian Murphy, proudly class of 85. That's right, I said it, Pete, 85. Yes, kids, back when MTV was just starting and the movie Back to the Future was rocking the
85
movie
was a
screens.
good year. 85 was a good year. I graduated in 83 in Southern California and been a resident of Mill Valley myself for going on 30 years
Welcome
now.
to town, Pete.
Thank you. Oh my, I feel new. Okay, here we go. I was going to mention the wind direction. It's light wind, but I tell you, that is an advantage. If you know this field, it'll go from south to north, and taking advantage of that slight but to moderate wind is going to be key. I've coached soccer games here with on winning conditions, and there is a major difference with how that ball's playing. Braden Young will know firsthand how to drop that into his receivers.
Well, it looks like Trevor Koo on the kickoff, wearing number 5.
Hold on. Number 6.
Is that a
Trevor
6?
Koo.
We're already off to a tough start
Oh.
here today. Onside kick
Oh.
recovered by San Rafael. My goodness, a big lick laid down by Leon Tierney to make the hit resonate on San Rafael, but they do start it. I think Lamont has told us that they like to do that. don't
Yeah, they were 4 and 7, I think, in attempts with that thus far. So why not stick with the good thing? That young man took a hit.
We probably should have prepped you for that, but that is what they do. All right, San Rafael now. The chess match begins. San Rafael QB Joe Miller, who has led them to a 3-0 start. They start with 3 wide, 1 back. Oh, pressure now right away, brought down by number
Come on.
55.
Come on.
John Wellborn with the sack, and Pete.
Yeah, John did well on that tackle, if you know what I mean. That was amazing. Like got off his block and went straight to the jugular on that one.
As old as the hills, you win the line of scrimmage, you're going to win the game. So right away, Tam wins on the first rep. Second and
Sending
long.
messages. Another one there. Okay.
And up to Bodie Shipley. That's their leading rusher, Bodie Shipley. He's the guy, we should probably lay this out for you. The leading quarterback thrower for San Rafael, Joe Miller. Their leading runner, of course, is Bodie Shipley, who you just saw get stuffed. It is, of course, right now 3rd and long for San Rafael. Here comes a 3-man rush.
Oh,
4-man rush.
coming in
Again,
hot.
Winning again.
Coming in hot.
You're going to call 3 men on that sack.
All right, those 3 plays. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Mr. Murphy.
Probably the most excited was number 50, Will Zukavich, with a little scream and a howl. Pete, that's how you draw it up. 3 and out, 2 sacks, and a stuff on a run.
Yeah, the Santa Fe's looking a bit surprised already, kind of like how Judd Hirsch in Fast Times clocked that guy with that container of hot coffee when he's trying to rob that convenience store. Okay, here we go. Punting already.
You did promise a Fast Times reference. You got it.
And there it is, ladies and
First
gentlemen.
series.
You're welcome.
Series.
You're welcome.
I think we got a little offsides there. But
Oh.
it didn't affect anybody. Still 4th and forever.
Tam's feeling good. Look at the offense, just foaming at the mouth, ready to go. Here we go.
Braden Young and the crew ready to get out there. What a start by Tam's defense, who dominated the line of scrimmage there.
Oh, what's happening here?
Bodes well.
Close.
Smart to not rough the kicker there. Smart to not rough the kicker. And here is this sophomore Timo Ural on the return. Oh my!
88.
Last seen playing for my 10-year-old Little League All-Star
That a
team.
babe.
Pete.
Okay.
I love Timo. What's up, kid?
Well, apparently everything you learned about football, you learned on the baseball field with
He
his
can
good
run,
coaches.
I'll tell you that. We stuck him in center field. He caught everything.
See?
He's also played
Here
center
it
field on the Tampa
is.
baseball team.
Anticipation. Here we go.
Nice return
Dual
by
sport
Timo.
player.
Gets the ball back out to midfield. Here we go. The Tam offense begins the show. Braden Young, if they give him time, Coach Lamont told us he believes he makes the right read almost every time. His father, Art Young, said maybe sometimes not all the time, but that's a dad for you. We start at 1st and 10 at midfield.
Okay.
Connor Weisberg and San Rafael is ready for him.
Equal parts, equal parts. Take a breath. Here we go.
He's on 2nd and 11. Maybe try to keep San Rafael off balance with a little run call and expecting everything to be a throw today. You got to keep it on the ground.
As Mr. Greg Papa told you on Friday, you don't have to score in every play. I was listening.
Good man. Try to say touchdown.
Oh, let's hold on. Don't curse this.
Let's see what happens on 2nd and 11. Right away, running it again. Lamont's got a little something for Casey Sully. He thinks I'm going to throw it. No. He's going to run Connor Weisberg over the left side. And by the way, shout out those blocks from left tackle Jackson Marcus, left guard Khalil Morris, and center Braden Self. Gave him a little running room. Pete, we got a 3rd and 3. Do you keep it on the ground here, or do you let Braden cook?
I think it's early in the game. Why not disrupt a little bit and
Well,
get
he's going to go for it on 4th, I imagine. So you got
True.
two downs to get 3 yards. And right away, I'm liking what I'm seeing from the line of scrimmage. Once again, kids win at the line of scrimmage. Oh, they're going to let Braden throw.
That's
Right
it.
away, just dump it down to Lachlan Henley. Big Lachlan on the run. First down, Tam.
Well
Down
done, well
to the
done.
30-yard line. It's going to be tough stopping that one, Pete.
Yeah, he's that young man's got some, like, he's kind of got that farm strength looking thing, like, hey, on the summertime I'm throwing hay around. How about you, you know?
Shout out the fact that his dad is a Tailpies High grad, so probably precious little hay growing up. But hey, I like the idea.
Hey now. Okay, hey now.
First and 10 on the 30-yard line, going 3 wide, 1 back. Braden again, just a quick dump to Timo Ural, the sophomore,
Timo.
and the sophomore will break it all the way down
Oh,
inside
yeah,
the 10, all the way to the 5. Feed the sophomore, Pete.
Yeah.
Look at Timo making a name on homecoming Saturday.
Yeah, he had his
By the way, I'll be here, class of 26.
spaghetti and meatballs last night with all his favorite stuff. So he's ready to go. He's looking downfield. There we go.
Braden Young was seen at the volleyball game last night, leading cheers at the Tam Redwood game, so he's already in the
Well
school
done.
spirit.
Look at you getting around, man.
I had to work the PA last night at that thing. Shout out to Redwood for getting that win. That was a tough.
Yeah, I
hate
saw the
losing to
score.
Redwood. I hate it.
I bet you do. I
Let's
bet you
go.
do. I don't know what to say about that.
On the 5-yard line, Weisberg is out. Weisberg, the lone back. Ural and Tavy Green, pair of sophomores, split left. They're going to feed Weisberg, trying to go on the ground. He's fighting his way. Oh, the ball's loose. The ball is loose. The
Looks
one
like-
thing you cannot do in this game is turn it over.
The goose is loose.
Great fortune.
We got the ball back. That's all right.
It looks like Weisberg recovered his own fumble.
Very friendly bounce.
Breathe a sigh of relief.
I got to breathe, actually. Yeah.
Play, no
Here we go.
huddle. We're going right
Second down.
We're going right into it. Braden went in with a sneak. It looks like he had not much room to run. I don't think he got that. I don't
Doesn't
think
look
he
like
got
it.
that. San Rafael with a little stuff of the Braden Young sneak now. You got a 3rd down. Do you do it again? What do you think? You got Weisberg. You got a sneak. Once again.
Talk to your centers. Hey, let's do it this time. We missed that one. Let's do it again.
Lamont. But either way, outstanding first drive for the Red-tailed Hawks, forcing a 3-and-out from San Rafael, and then marching down the field with a couple of Just screens in the flat to Hindley and Ural. Now, 3rd and goal from the 1. You got Braden in the shotgun. See what they dial up here? He's going to feed Weisberg, and again, San Rafael. My goodness.
Okay.
How about that? San Rafael says, not on my watch. And that's Bodie Shipley making the tackle. That's the running back for them. Getting down there, playing a little double duty. You got to respect the Bulldogs. Bulldogs getting a little ferocious down here.
I think if you recorded both coaches' speeches before the game, they've kind of said the same thing, like, we're winning this game. This is a special matchup. As I learned yesterday, back in the day, it was just these two teams in Marin County playing each other. So,
I think Tam thought they could walk this thing in. You got to win at the line of scrimmage, like I said, and right now San Rafael's winning at the line of scrimmage. Obviously going forward on 4th and goal.
Here we go.
You got to punch it in, set the tone. Braden in the shotgun. Weisberg, the lone back. In motion is Ural. We're going to throw this thing. Braden
I dropped it.
Very disappointing turn of events. Andrew Gordon, the most reliable receiver on the team.
Yeah, I think
Pete, it looked like he was sliding to the grass. It was just maybe a few feet, a few inches.
Hey, we're all hoping that was right in the breadbasket, but it was low and a little bit down, and he had to put on the brakes. Maybe slipped a little bit as well. So
we will confess a surprising turn of events that they did not punch that in.
yeah, football's hard. Football's hard.
Here's the good news.
That's why I never played it.
Field position favors Tam right now. San Rafael on the 1-yard line. Oh, we had a jump offside on the right defensive end.
Well, stay true to that last go for San Rafael's offense, and we'll come up smell like a rose.
Wellborn with the jump. I think they were smelling safety on something there. Maybe got a little too excited. A little momentum going San Rafael's way right now in terms of the goal.
Yeah, that was a good stop.
A little jump from Wellborn. We'll see what Miller dies up with Casey Sully as the play caller for San Rafael. Gives to Shipley. He's going nowhere.
Yeah, that's nice.
Very impressed by this Tam D line.
At some point, they're going to switch that up, but currently they're going with it, and we're stopping it. So it's working for us.
Tackle. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty healthy.
Is that me?
Play-by-play is soft.
This is play-by-play here.
Too soft.
Bodie Shipley over the left side.
Run around the left side, number 4, Bodie.
And he punches his way for a first down. San Rafael gaining a little bit of momentum right here. Tam kind of on their heels after failing to score on that 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Shipley punches out. He's their leading guy. We'll see what Miller has. Still hasn't attempted a pass out of his hands yet.
Oh, okay.
Kept getting sacked. Missed
Nothing fresh about that throw. Wobbly, looked like a knuckleball coming out of the hand.
Like,
Probably feels lucky he didn't get it picked off.
Mateo Party was there to make a play if he could. 2nd and 10 for San Rafael. Once again, welcome to TAM TV. Brian Murphy and Pete Searson here on the call. Homecoming crowd filling out in the end zone a little bit. 0-0 early on. 6.5 to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 for San Rafael from the 15-yard line. What do we got here? San Rafael too many on the field? What happened here? Are we going to make a substitution? Either way. We'll pause for just a moment. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Miller with an RPO, little handoff there. Once again, they feed in Shipley. Shipley's their guy.
2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 run by Shipley up the left side for about 4 yards. Brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6, big play here. We stop him here. We'll have great field position with time to work with.
Third down here. See if they get a little push. Miller with the thing. We got more pressure on him again. And that's not going to be an incomplete pass. That's number 3 and number 55 on the push there, or 65.
Great defense.
We're going to go David Anderson.
Everyone closing in as you practice on the practice days. Quick shout out to our sideline camera and audio and visual, everything. Valuable asset to the team, donated by Coach Dave Morris. Many thanks for that.
I believe Dave Morris and family. Pete.
And family,
yes.
Yeah, let's include everybody.
Get that family in there, huh? All right, a nice defensive stand, forcing a punt from deep in San Rafael's territory. Punter standing darn near the goal line. He gets this thing off to about the 40-yard line. Timo's going to call for a fair catch. Looking very poised back there, the sophomore punt returner. Tam will start in San Rafael territory. Based on the way they moved it the first time, I'm fairly optimistic. They just got to punch it in, Pete.
Yeah, let's go. We learned a bit of a lesson the first go-around. Okay, let's maybe get the ball downfield, see how that feels like, you know?
We'll see. They started in Weisberg. They ran him a couple times, and we'll see what they do this time now. 1st and 10, Tam, inside San Rafael territory, 0-0 ball game. Braden Young, one of the top 10 passers in the state. He's got a receiver, Andrew Gordon, one of the top 15 receivers in the state. We'll see if they can get something cooking here. Well, they're going to run the ball. Try to keep Casey Sully's team honest.
Kind of a slow and steady is hopefully going to win the race in this one thus far. Second half might look totally different, but here we go.
Ethan Koo on the carry. Seeing some of these names from Little League brings a smile to my face, Pete.
I bet it does.
Ethan Koo played at Boyle Park like so many of these others. Braden Young did too. Braden's brother, of course, outstanding pitcher.
Lefty, right?
Pitched up at Brown University in the Ivy League, yes. Yeah. Threw a perfect game for Marin Academy back in his senior year. But we're happy to have his little bro, Braden. 2nd down and 9. And again, keeping it honest with Ethan Koo on the ground. Casey Sully's thinking over there, what's he doing? He's running the ball on me.
I'm liking the confidence coach is showing the offensive line. Like, hey, let's stick with this. We'll get this. We will get this. Let's go.
Lamont,
get 1 yard and then keep true, and maybe the next one you get 11.
And if you get San Rafael cheating on the run, guess what? Braden Young will burn you.
That's true. 3rd down, big play here.
Pete, I'd like to say you like to establish the run. I heard that from an old football man one time, Pete. Yes.
Well, that's what we're doing. Big play.
All right, 3rd down and 2. I would imagine Lamont's going to go for it. Either he doesn't make it, but we'll see what he dials up. A lot of motion here. And we're going with a little trickeration. Oh, the ball is loose. Was that Timo Ural with the – oh, no. Timo fumbled, and San Rafael recovered. Pete, that's 2 fumbles early in this game.
Yeah, let that be the last one. That was maybe a bit too much razzle-dazzle early on.
Too much razzle-dazzle. You know? I might want to agree with you on that one there.
Take a breath.
You just punch it up the middle.
Maybe trying to do too much. Sometimes you got to let your blockers block and then go, you know. Turn on the juice.
Would agree with you on that there, Pete. And all of a sudden, a game that Tam seems to have been controlling at different points early in the game. And here they are with no points on the board, and San Rafael with the ball on the 38-yard line.
Yeah,
so
I think, stay true, and let's keep the ball on this side of the field forever.
I like that. Stay true. Joe Miller now handing it off. Oh, a little razzle-dazzle from San Rafael. A little flea flicker. Lofts it up.
Oh, great D.
But
great
tremendous
defense.
Presence by Jake Sun. Did not bite on the fake, Pete.
He
did not bite on the fake.
No pass interference either.
That
great.
play was made by Jake Sun. That play was designed to get the safety to bite. Jake did not bite. He said, I got it. And even when that receiver got behind the DB, Jake was there to almost make the interception.
He's a cool cat. You know, you're not going to rattle him. He sees what's going on before it happens.
That was a great play by the senior. And we're not just saying that because his dad is in the booth. All right, 2nd and 10. Joe Miller, again, out of the shotgun. Again, with the handoff to number 4, Bodie Shipley.
Oh,
but again, the Tam defensive line getting all kinds of surge. The first stop from David Anderson. The finish from Mateo Party. I tell you what, it's a party in the San Rafael backfield is what it is.
That's what it is. And that must have felt like he had a big down jacket on and jumping in the deep end of the swimming pool. Like just he had 3 guys on him for a loss. That was a great play. Great defense.
3rd and 10. The defense doing their job, Pete. It's up to the offense to cash in on these defensive opportunities. But you got to get a stop here. 3rd and 10. Little 3-man split semi-trip situation over here on the left. Sully calling in the play with some fancy singles, fancy body language. We'll see if Tam brings an extra man. They don't. They stay with the base rush. They trust the base rush. The pass is over the middle. Oh!
Okay. That's all right.
Jake's son would have had the pick. His own man got in the way.
His own man was turned around doing his job. That's all right.
That was Oscar Armour who had great coverage, and the coverage was so good there were too many Tam guys there. And otherwise, Jake would have had the pick.
I don't think you say it. Those two are looking at each other like, I got okay, my
is that
man.
The old "I got it, you take it" kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, his back was totally turned. Oscar, what are you going to do, man?
I'll tell you what I like. I like the defense in general early on, really establishing themselves.
Yeah, both the run and the pass, no doubt.
San Rafael has not done much at all. Oh, look at that, David Anderson.
Block.
Oh, my goodness, we did get a piece of it. And that was number 55, John Wellborn, who got a piece of that. How about that, John? Yeah, you celebrate, John.
Yeah.
You celebrate, kid. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Is that David Anderson? Is that David Anderson?
Okay, here we go.
What? The dance is going.
That's
I apologize.
What's happening.
I got to tell you, the 6 and the 5 on the Tam jerseys look pretty similar. That's 65, David Anderson. My bad. David, I got you, buddy. And you do your dance. You do your dance, kid.
These athletes, the ones having the most fun are the best players, in my opinion.
We're having more fun in the booth. We're having as much fun in the booth.
Are we going to be dancing next? I don't know.
All right, Tam, enough mucking around on offense, all right? You got one of the best throwers in the state. Let him cook. 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line. You got Timo Urel split wide. You got Tavy Green split wide. You got Jake Sun split. You got 3 guys on the left side. What do you think? Single coverage, right?
Boom.
Andrew Gordon. They're going to let
Fake.
Braden throw. Here we go. Oh, look at that. It's an absolute dart. Nice coverage.
Great defense. What are you going to do? That was a nice pass.
Tremendous knockdown by number 11, Berlinski.
Everything right on that play, including the defense, unfortunately. That was a great play. He put on the Jets at the very end to disrupt that pass.
I got to give credit to Hayden Berlinski on that knockdown there. It was
yeah, that was quality.
But you just love to see the arm on Braden. It's the first time we get to see him go downfield, huh?
Look, that looked like 6, didn't it? For a second? Until it didn't?
It did, for sure. Well, he threw into coverage. Credit to Rafael on that one. That was a case where Casey Sully, I think, has coached his guys up. Now, here we go. Back to Weisberg when they were just looking for the pass. Weisberg's going to break it up the middle for a big gain.
44.
He caught him napping, Pete. They thought Braden was going to cook downfield.
Dare I bring up Dallas Cowboy Robert Newhouse, number 44, with that style? I know that's a sensitive topic for the Bay Area.
You and I are going to talk mid to late 70s Cowboys here today, all right? So
on occasion.
That's a first down for the Red-tailed Hawks.
What
Great run from Weisberg.
See how he protected the ball like it was his grandma's urn or something like that. Come on.
Go. Let's go Grandma's urn from here on out. There's Weisberg again. Grandma's urn. Let's go. 4 yards. And now you go. If you hang on to the ball, all is well. If you hang on to the ball, all is well. Weisberg gets him down to the 16-yard line. I'm telling you, Pete, I like the feel of this game. It's just kind of bonkers that 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, no score.
Put those 2 or 3 plays in our back pocket and let them sit for the next 10 years, because we're moving forward here. And it looks like they're not dwelling on that, I guess, is the good news. And a young athlete, they can sometimes
Pete, I could learn from that. I tend to dwell on doubt a lot.
Well, it's a lifestyle choice,
All right. In motion, Jake Sun, fake by Braden Young. He's got time. He dumps it nicely to the sophomore, Tavy Green, who gets it. Is the ball?
What?
Oh, he's still going.
Yeah,
he's still going.
Yeah, he's still going.
There was some confusion in the booth. It looked like there was some sort of stoppage, and Tavy was still going.
Yes, he was.
Pete, here's the part where I tell you, I played basketball at Tam High with Tavy's old man, Steve Ashby.
Look at this, man.
It's
got to be full circle for you.
I'm proud of the young man. He's like my nephew out there.
We're on the first quarter still. You've already full circled twice in this game, so I love it.
Well, Tavy's a sophomore. We had 2 sophomores who were touching the ball, 88 Timo Urel and number 1 Octavian Green.
Wow, small-time stuff.
So there you go. All right, you go inside the 10. Braden, 1st and goal.
Options,
look at this.
options.
All day. Tavy Green, touchdown, Tamalpais.
Yes, it
Braden
was.
Young to Octavian Green. Touchdown, red-tailed Hawks.
Incredible.
And if only the band was here to play the fight song, Pete.
Now you're bringing something up. Okay. Well, dare to dream. Dare to dream about next-level support from the sidelines. How about a marching band?
Congratulations to the sophomore, Octavian Green, hauling that in. It looks like he's almost wearing some sort of cape. And he was Superman on that play. He's got that little hood under his uniform there.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Number 1, right down here, Pete.
Hey, we got a little wind. That thing was flapping.
Right.
I saw that.
All right, number 6, Ethan Koo in, trying that extra point. Now, this is a point of discussion with Coach Lamont. They got to get this kicking game going, don't
Let's
they?
go.
Let's see the snap.
Boom.
Pretty good. Hold.
Boom. That's it.
Pete, you cannot underrate how important that was.
You
cannot underrate how important that was. If they're going to play close games in MCAL this year with San Marin, Redwood, Marin Catholic, it could come down to a kick.
Hey, when we spoke to Coach Matt on Thursday, I was talking about, there's concern. I'm generally a loudmouth in the stands trying to make things happen. And one of the things that we all kind of see, regardless of our knowledge of football, is man, okay, how can we develop our kicking side of the game?
Yes.
And with Matt trusting the leg like that, and good times and bad, that just sends awesome messages. Good on him. What does that say for the next extra point attempt? Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Get that one off the way, and then you move forward.
As a wise man once told me, don't dwell on doubt. There you go.
Don't dwell on doubt.
Tamalpais 7, San Rafael nothing. Is now the time we give you the little history lesson that these are the 2 oldest high schools in Marin County, Pete.
Apparently,
and this is the oldest rivalry in Marin County.
What did they play for, I hear?
And they played for decades for an X, like Cal and Stanford do for the big game. because that was the old days. Well, if Cal and Stanford were doing it, why shouldn't the first two high schools in Marin do it?
100%.
And I'm old enough to remember when Tam and San Rafael played for the Axe. It was a big deal. It was a big rivalry. Then Redwood's built in the mid-'50s. Obviously, that becomes a natural rival because it's our closest school geographically. Right. But don't forget the history of this rivalry. Tam and San Rafael goes back almost 100 years, if not even longer.
You need to rub two stones together, and we'll bring back that axe.
So
it's not going to happen on its own.
Well, we told Coach Lamont about it. He said he was thinking about getting an axe for the pregame speech and telling the kids about the history. Onside kick, fair catch there for San Rafael.
Position. Nice.
So here's my question. If you're Coach Casey Sully over there and you're losing the line of scrimmage, what's your answer right now? Tam has been dominating the line of scrimmage, and I think those. You look at the big fellas down there. You're 55. You're 55 Wellborn. You're 65 Anderson.
70.
You're Turner, Niels, and they're just ready to go. I mean, you want to talk about letting the big dogs eat? These guys are eating, and San Rafael quarterback Joe Miller not liking it too much. He's wondering if his line's going to protect him.
Yeah,
do they stay on the ground or do they start throwing? Well, they do this little RPO. And
same results, too.
Once again, David Anderson, have yourself a day, kid. He blocked that punt and just stuffed that run right there, number 65.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. That front line for San Rafael, they are big boys. Do they have the conditioning to play with spirit in the fourth quarter as well? Because that's when the games might be won.
That is correct. Now, Lamont would like to be well ahead by the fourth quarter.
Yeah, let's just enjoy it. Maybe we could sit down in the fourth quarter. We're standing now, huh?
We are standing, keeping it live here. Joe Miller in the San Rafael offense with the one back, Bodie Shipley. Miller and Shipley, pretty much a two-man team there. Miller again with the handoff. They're sticking with the run, and Tam continues to run the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8.
That would be number 50, Will Zukavich.
Again, look at the crystal ball. If they don't get out of this and move forward to the first down, we're gonna have positive field position again. They've spent much of this game in an area of the field they don't want to be in.
By the way, shout out to the Zukavich family from Old Mill. My kids are the same age as their kids. We've been seeing them since the kindergarten days, Pete, back at the Throckmorton school.
At
Old Mill. Good old Mill.
Right, Old Mill family.
Okay, 3rd down. Here we go. Can you get some heat on him again? Miller's going to go downfield. Oh, this time he actually throws a dart to a well-covered receiver, but nice catch by number 5. Conrad Chick, one of the great names out here today.
Conrad Chick, fantastic name.
Pete, you just witnessed the first positive play for San Rafael all day.
I think you're right, and that was a good play. Good on them. Can they do it again? I don't know. It's not going that way so far.
I think if you're Tim, you just brush that one off your shoulder and line up again.
You're going to get receptions.
We are coming to the final seconds here of the first quarter. This might be the final play of the first quarter. So, hey. We'll see what Miller does here on this one. Again with the fake of the RPO. Again, Anderson all over him. That ball is live. That ball is live. Scooped up by Anderson. He could go all the way. Touchdown.
Yes. Look at the student body. Homecoming game representing high five hugs.
Tailed Hawks. What a play.
Celebration. Look at that student. We got 500 kids over there giving them some love. What a play. Started with just like an absolute determination to get that QB. Get him.
David Anderson, have yourself a day.
Yeah. Get that man.
He's blocked a punt. He's had a scoop and a score. Pete, as they like to say, big man touchdowns, those go a long way in the locker room.
Yeah, that's an athlete. Look how he scooped up that ball. He didn't rush the fumbled ball. He watched it. He had to go. He had the awareness behind him to know that nobody's really coming up on him. He had time, and he played it perfectly.
Wow, it's funny, we come into this game talking about the high-flying Tam offense, and you know what's winning this game right now? The high-flying Tam defense. Yes, they really are.
The offense's best friend, right?
I mean, the offense hasn't done poorly, but the defense is the story today. They've been dominating this game.
Defense, I don't know. I mean, everyone loves their specialty.
Pete, look what we're doing. Another PAT.
Watch this.
Lamont likes to go for 2, but he wants to get Koo going. Let's check out the snap and the hold.
Again.
Pete,
again.
We're witnessing the birth of a kicker here.
These aren't sleeper little kicks. That's with authority. Put his foot through it. Well done. Also, that went far. I could see us getting
a 25. Good from 30, 35?
I don't know, maybe. But that's just hasn't been part of the game. I've been watching Tam football for a few years now. It's like how fun, how dynamic to get a kicking game going when it's not expected.
Absolutely.
The other team's not expecting that because they see the score. They see what you're doing on previous games. Let's boot this one through. And it goes through. It's like, oh, great. Now we got to reconfigure again. All right.
Outstanding. All right, let's take this moment in the action as the Tam leads 14-0 at the close of the first quarter here. Homecoming will go great. To thank Ham TV, everybody watching around the world, and all the ships at sea. We want to thank you guys for tuning in on YouTube. And it's only possible, Pete, because of the good people at the Tam High Boosters,
Right.
the Tam High Foundation, and, of course, the Tam High PTSA.
No doubt.
And
no
these
doubt.
are what brings this incredible. And you and I were in high school. There was no TAM TV. There was no Pete Searson
There was
TV.
nothing.
That was word of mouth.
Look.
You heard at the high school party. Hey, how'd the game go?
It takes
Now,
it takes a
you
village.
watch it on your phone.
100%. It takes a village, and the support that doesn't get recognized is what you just listed. In addition to other volunteers, you just want to volunteer on the board of directors. Their name never gets called out, but they're giving their time to make this an experience and a great one for our high school kids. Here's the kickoff.
Okay. Wow. Oh, another onside kick. He loves them. He loves them.
Oh.
Tam Rafael 3 for 3 on
Okay.
field in these so far. So Lamont figures that he trusts his defense enough to try these onside kicks. I wonder, can you do that against the better teams like the San Marins and the Marin Catholics of the world? We'll
That's
see.
the million-dollar question. I mean, it's the bounce of the ball. It could be like the easiest scoop ever, or like, oh, this is a nightmare, And you practice this, obviously, and you know that they're not all going to be great, weird bounces, but some of them are, and be ready for that.
Joe Miller and the San Rafael offense trying to get going. They've really only had the one positive play, the pass to
Right.
Chick. And Anderson coming off that big sack, scoop, and score.
What's he thinking right now? He's like, yeah?
Does he want another one?
Yeah.
Does he want another one?
That scoop of ice cream tastes pretty good. I think I'm going to
man.
go back for that.
Big man touchdowns are fun. Well, a little razzle-dazzle here. There's a first carry now
Yeah, see.
for number
more the
3
same,
from San
more the
Rafael.
same. No flag.
That's-
No flag. There's a flag.
Oh, okay. Well, it is high school football. There is a lot of adrenaline and testosterone involved.
I don't know,
And,
Brian. What do you think? Was that a flag?
To tell you the truth, Pete, I was looking down to get
Okay.
the roster on Sam Perez.
Well, my
What'd you think?
uneducated eye said no. It was equal parts
Personal foul,
as it went out of
face
bounds.
mask on Tam. Okay. Okay, well, here now, okay.
What was it called?
It was a face mask. He called it a face mask. There's 11 seconds to go in the quarter. Okay, well, now, first time San Rafael across midfield all game. How do you react to a little adversity?
First penalty thus far. That's nice.
That's correct.
I've seen plenty of TAN games where I just flat out think there's too many penalties going on.
Shout out to the hardworking Derek Wilson from the Marin IJ down there. Pete,
yeah?
as an old high school football correspondent, you got to love those guys down there with the notebook on the sideline. Okay, San Rafael coming out of this with another nicely designed play to Conrad Chick, but well covered by number 8, Reed Edwards, who's the backup quarterback out there.
Second down, ball in the 40.
San Rafael, and that, ladies and gentlemen, should bring you to a close at the end of your first quarter. Pete, we did it. We got a quarter in the books.
I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Shout out to Art Young inviting me to this little festivity. I've never done this before, and I am digging it. If I don't get an invitation back, that's also fine. We'll see how this goes.
Pete, he likes the fee you charge.
Right.
That is
You
correct.
know what they say about free? You get what you pay for, right? Always.
End of the first quarter from Mill Valley, California. Tamalpais 14, San Rafael nothing. San Rafael does have the ball on the move. We want to thank you all for tuning into YouTube's TAM TV and this broadcast on Homecoming Saturday for the blue-clad Tamalpais Red-Tailed Hawks and the visitors from San Rafael in white and red, the traditional Bulldogs of San Rafael. They have moved the ball across midfield for the first time all game. If you're just joining us, touchdown pass from senior star quarterback Braden Young to sophomore Octavian Green, a.k.a. Tavy. And the second touchdown, a real thriller, when number 65, David Anderson, with a sack, scoop, and score on a defensive touchdown to give us our current score, 14-0. 2nd and 6 for San Rafael. Joe Miller in the shotgun. Again, lots of movement here. Miller with the fake handoff. And again, this just gives Anderson a chance to get at him. And forced that one for sure. That was not
pressure.
Anderson,
Come on.
actually.
13 hit during throw, long pass incomplete.
There's number 51, DJ Hopkins.
That could have been a crazy good play for them, but that pressure of our defensive line is making trouble.
We haven't called Hopkins' name, so there's some depth on this D-line. Tell you what, it's funny. I came here to watch Braden Young and Andrew Gordon, and I wound up watching a D-line is what I did. Oh, right as I say that, they jump off.
It's interesting that, like, sometimes I bet you the defense complains, like, man, we've been out here so long, we've been out here. But, like, they're out there having fun, stopping San Rafael.
They're the story of the
time
game
after
so
time
far,
after
for sure.
time. So Yeah, they might be a bit tired, but so's their offensive line.
Well, I'll
And
tell you
look,
what, though, Pete, we are in a little bit of critical situation right now. San Rafael does have a 3rd and short on the 35-yard line. This is the deepest they've penetrated all game.
True.
So we'll see what happens here. Tam going again with sort of a 3-down lineman, 3-linebacker nickel D. Got more motion in San Rafael here. Miller with another nicely designed play, but a big lick. That had to be Jake's son. I didn't even look. I'm just calling Jake's son before I even know it. It was. I'm pretty confident. I know what Jake's son hit by now. That was
you can hear it.
Well, the way he closed out.
Even with our little headsets on, you can hear
That said, first down San Rafael.
All right, well.
And Coach Casey Sully and the Bulldogs have a little something cooking. That 15-yard penalty was unfortunate.
Right. He closed in quickly on that to make it not more damaging.
Well, here you go. First carry for this young man. I just
have a day.
He just didn't know what he was ready for. Oscar Jordan.
Oof, that was some strength. How about that arm strength? Just.
Hey, the 49ers called. They want their D-line back.
Oh,
my God.
Man.
I mean, my goodness. We're calling so many different names today.
You know, in college, I was down in Mexico one time at a VW Bug. I got a flat tire in the front tire, and I was down there surfing. I said, my friends, I don't have a jack. Pick up that front end. I think he could have done it by himself to change that tire.
The TAM D-line came to save you on your surf trip in Mexico. 2nd and 11. Here's Miller again with a little fake. They just weren't ready. Just a poorly designed play. I should say poorly executed play. If incomplete pass as number 11, Berlinski, was not turning around. That will look bad in film on Monday morning.
That's terrible. He just rushed,
3rd
though.
and 11.
The defensive line rushing, putting pressure. He's not making them uncomfortable to run the play they would want to run it.
Well, here's an interesting time right now because 3rd and 11, I imagine Sully's going to go for it. So he's going to have 2 downs to get 11. So you got to think this isn't just the get off the field down. This is one where you got to maybe get a tackle for loss. Miller again with the fake. Oh, wow. Nicely done. Is that ball loose?
Number 2.
Oh, boy. Jake's son has hurt Berlinski. And we're not saying that in a mean or violent. It's a violent game, and that was a clean hit. That was a clean hit. Berlinski is down. We never want to see somebody get hurt ever, ever, ever. But football is a tough and violent game, and Son delivered a clean, hard hit. Credit to San Rafael for an outstanding execution over the middle of the field.
Yeah, way to hold on to that
Miller
ball.
to Berlinski. Real great catch by the kid. But he did pay the price. And, again, we want to emphasize we are all for the health and safety of these kids, but that was a clean hit by Jake's son. It is a tough
Yeah, I think he just lost his wind. He's already sitting up. That's good.
Could be. So, obviously, a little pause in the action right now. A chance just to kind of catch everybody up here.
Number 11. Way to get up.
Berlinski is up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, real talk now, Pete. That's the kind of hit that will make San Rafael think twice about going over the middle again.
Yeah, you go in the middle. They've had success with it prior, and or you're running that play because the receiver might have a word about that. Like, let's go down the line. Let's go deep.
So the action's still stymied a little bit. Referees discussing. I don't know if they saw anything, if they're something to do with the clock perhaps or ball spot. Anyway, the point of the matter is San Rafael's on the move, and the TAM defense, which was so sturdy in the first half, really damaged by that 15-yard face mask and a couple of nice passes from Miller. Starting to find himself a little bit. See if the defense can make a hold here. First down on the 18-yard line. Miller with some time to throw. Batted down. Man. Batted down.
What are you going to do this?
Wasn't sure if it was 51 or 55. Let's give both DJ Hopkins and John Wellborn a mention on that because they were both in the middle of that play.
Heads-up play, knowing when to get your hands up.
We're going with Hopkins on that one. God, the D-line. My goodness. We shall see what's going on.
I don't know if they're playing their best game, but they're playing a great game. Let's put it that way. And which is going to wear out their offensive line in the end. You know, I'm not seeing.
Kind of excited for a well-rested offense to get back out on that field and see what they can dial up.
Maybe
it's kind of amazing Andrew Gordon doesn't have a catch so far.
Maybe it'll be the second half. Maybe the shift will go to the offense.
Miller on a run play to Bodie Shipley. There's nothing there up the middle. There's nothing there up the middle. I'm going to say Hopkins in the middle of that one again, as was.
3rd and 9.
As was. I am going to put a request into the John Wellborn in on this to the TAM uniform makers to. You gotta crisp up those numbers a little. They're a little tough for these old guys to pick out from the stands.
They should have us in the meeting. Like, look, 56.
We need fluorescent numbers like the Seahawks. 3rd and 9, big play here, guys. Can they get some heat on him? Here comes the heat. Miller again gets hit. This time I believe it was Wellborn on the hit. My gosh, relentless.
Totally in the zone. I don't know. What are you going to do?
What do you want? You want
San
Wellborn. You want Hopkins. You want Anderson.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
we've been calling them all
sharing
today.
it,
You
'cause
know?
everyone's getting a slice of the pie.
What does Sully do here? Is he going to bring out his kicking team? Is he bringing out the kicking team?
Ooh,
I'm a little surprised.
He's got a tailwind.
I'm a little surprised.
This
On
kid,
4th down from the 17-yard line, 16-yard
they got to
line.
get on the board. I mean, they have 0 points.
This is a 33-yard attempt. Tam's up 14-0, 10 minutes to go in the half. Then we'll see if he can kick a 33-yard field goal.
Can I get a Noonan?
That's a high snap, and that kick is not going to make
anywhere.
it. Pete, I got to tell you, I'm
serious.
gonna first guess Casey Sully on this one. You're down 14-0. You're that deep. I go for it.
Yeah.
And his decision to kick a field goal doesn't even pay off. The guy didn't
wasn't
reach
even
the field
close.
goal.
And I didn't. It looked like he got the ball. It just
Yeah.
didn't. It just didn't go. The snap was there. Again, if San Rafael can crawl out of this, good on them. But that's just not going to be easy. You got to dig deep. You got to come up with fresh ideas against this defense thus far. So, I guess we'll wait and see.
Tam takes over on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Now you got them wide. You got all the big boys out there. You got your Gordon. You got your Green. You got your Hindley. And you got, of course, Braden Young. He sends his running back
Here's
in
the
motion.
shift.
He's got some time.
Here's
Oh,
the
just nicely.
shift.
Oh, here comes Tavy. Down over the middle. He's got
Good
running
block.
room. A big block. And he's down to the 50, to the 40. He shakes a tackler down at the
Shake and bake.
38-yard line.
What a play.
That's a plus 42-yard gain, Pete Searson.
Got chills.
Oh,
Got
the
goosebumps
sophomores.
right now. Sophomore.
Sophomore's getting loose.
Is he one of yours? Did you coach him?
Tate, his dad and I played high school basketball
See?
together.
It all matters.
So anyway, look at that. Nice patience by Braden, just to let it right there.
I love it. Don't
Boom.
rush this thing, man. Be that player that totally disrupts with bursts of speed, patience, waiting for blocks, a little bit of everything out there.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Big gainer for Tam, 42 yards on the dart to Green. He got a nice block too, I believe, from Timo Ural, but we'll have to look at the film on that one. Here again, Braden stays nice. Same play,
again.
Pete. Same
Play.
play.
Oh,
And this time,
yeah.
San Rafael had a little more traffic in the secondary, but that's a plus 13.
Is that the little Superman out there with the cape? I think it was, wasn't
He's got
it?
the cape.
I
He's
thought
got
I
the
saw
cape.
cape flapping around.
He does have that little hoodie coming out, giving him a little Clark Kent look.
Yeah.
there
You
out
could
there.
dazzle up your cleats and not much else. So good on him to throw that. Yeah, I'm
It's
going
a
cape
homecoming for Tavy Green, whose old man graduated from TAM. And here we go on homecoming Saturday. 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Once again, Young just nice and patient.
Sometimes
sometimes that
I
happens.
don't think that would have amounted much. They
You
had
know what's so
three-
funny?
Three Bulldogs.
Andrew
right
Gordon is one of the top receivers in the state of California, and
He dropped two
and
today?
that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just sports, right? Sports
Well,
is funny.
he's challenged himself, and the next one comes to him, what all costs, just like you hang on to that thing and then take off running.
That's just something. You know what you do? We like to say in Little League also, next pitch. We just work on to the next pitch. All right, no dwelling. 2nd and 10.
What'd you tell your pitchers when you took timeouts when they were having a rough go?
I try to tell them a joke.
Yeah.
I tell them I'm reading a horror novel in Braille, and there's something bad is going to happen. I can feel it. That's my joke. A little screen out there to the sophomore.
Okay.
Timo Ural. Hey, look at that. It's sophomore Saturday, guys.
Little
It is
recoup,
sophomore
3rd down.
Saturday. I mean, you come in here looking for Hindley and Gordon, and he's going to Green and Ural.
Yeah.
How about that?
Again, that must be the coach's decision to say, you know what, my friend on the other side, he is all in with all his black chips for my main guys. Yeah, I'm going to counter that. Watch this.
Some genius coaching by Lamont.
Yeah.
And some performance by the kids.
And they obviously worked on that all week at the practice.
3rd down and 3 from the 20-yard line. Tam well in control, 14-0 mid-second quarter on homecoming Saturday. Brian Murphy and Pete Searson on the call, watching Tam about to take a snap here on 3rd down. And they do go back to the run game, Pete. They didn't expect it, and that is going to be a first down.
Nice little move, first down.
I believe that's my guy, Koo. The cuckoo train.
Nice.
Not the choo-choo train, the cuckoo train. I'm making that up. I don't think that one's going to stick, Pete.
No, I don't know.
I don't think that one's going to stick.
Maybe they'll breathe some life into that second half.
We're going first down.
Okay, lined up. Here
First
we
down
go.
on the 10-yard line. Now do you go to the big boys? Is it going to be a Hindley? Is it going to be a Green?
In the corner,
I mean,
maybe,
a Gordon, pardon me.
Put the pressure
See
on the
what's going
safeties
on
right
here.
now. They haven't seen
Only
much.
one wide. You're going with like a stack formation here. Okay, we're keeping it on the ground. Oh, Sniffed that one out. That was Jake's son on the carry.
Handoff number 2, Jake Son.
Called Coach Lamont told us he's the Debo Samuel of the Tam High Red Hill Hawks.
Yeah,
He'll do
Swiss
anything.
Army knife.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
look
do
at him
anything.
go. He took the ball last year as quarterback
Well, he
last
made
year
the hit
against Redwood.
that changed the energy of that drive from San
Sure did.
Rafael,
Oof.
and then he just carried the ball
Yeah,
down
and we'll
here.
see if we'll see San Rafael if they wanted to throw down the middle. They were 2-0, and then that happened, and we'll see on the next go round.
Second down now. That run play did not work. See if Braden Young in the pass game can dial something up in the red zone. Gets a little tight down there, Pete. A little trafficky. But see if Braden can stay patient and get that time to throw. Again, they run it. We're going to go wide to Koo, who fights his way forward to
All right,
about the 6-yard line.
Handoff to number 22.
So they got multiple heads. You go Weisberg, you go Koo, you go Sun. These are 3 different running backs.
And imagine some of their play choices also include the success we've had with the kicking game so far. Like, hey, let's score here, touchdown, great, but we have confidence with our kicker and a field goal, which will matter. What do we got here? Third down?
Third down. We'll see. We dial up. I imagine again you're going for it, unless you want to try that kicker. We'll see.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's get 3 here. That might play later.
We'll see, but we'll see. How about a touchdown first here? 3rd and goal. Braden's got some time. He's looking right. He's got nice and patient. Oh, and he misfires. He had Gordon, and he just missed him. So, it's funny. You just haven't. You never know what you're going to see. And here, Young and Gordon, we bragged about them being top 15 in the state in yards, and they're just not connecting so far today. But,
well,
Pete,
look,
a lot of football
next
left.
man up,
on
on every sport. Next man, next athlete up. Let's go. You've got these sophomores, like, really shining. So, in the end, this is chess, not checkers for the long term. Let's get a win at the end of the game. Get these other players involved to draw less attention.
Okay, so Lamont with a very extensive set of plays here. You got Koo in the backfield. You got Gordon split right. You got Sun in the slot. Over on the left side, looks like you have the two sophomores, Green and Ural. And here's Young with the snap here. On 4th down, it's a 4th down go. It's a one-on-one matchup. Touchdown, Tamalpais. Touchdown, red-tailed Hawks. Andrew Gordon. We were saying they're going to get loose at some point. They're going to get loose at some point.
You're like Murph Adamus over there.
And they got loose.
Like calling it before it happens. Mr. Crystal Ball.
Well, it's funny. They had not connected, and we said there's a lot of football left. Next
pitch. You saw
pitch.
the determination in that catch. Like, I'll go down. I'm catching this in the end zone. I'm not dropping it.
I think if you're Lamont, you're like, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to put the ball in my best player, the quarterback, and my best receiver, Gordon.
Let them
and
figure it out.
Let's go. Let's go. One-on-one little touchdown. Here comes Koo again, trying to make it 3 for 3 as we get on the kick. And it's just going brilliantly for the red-tailed Hawks today. A 20-0 lead midway through the second quarter. The snap is no good. He's going to have to pick it up and run this thing. Looking a little tough right now. Oh, okay. That was a botched. Looked like it didn't happen. It looked like it didn't happen there. So it takes everybody. It takes a snapper. It takes a holder. It takes a kicker. Tam leads 20-0 with 6:53 to go. And
20-0. Here we are in the second quarter. 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes left in the game. Tam to kick off to the Bulldogs. Well, law of averages, we have done well with the onside kicks, and not today thus far, but I'll bet you it's coming. Bet you we have one to talk about by the end of the game.
Well,
Maybe
big picture, this is the MCAL opener, and you never know, right? San Rafael is a program on the rise. They come in 3-0,
right?
And Sully knows Lamont. Last year's game was 14-12.
Yep.
And big picture, you got a 20-0 lead with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Things are good.
Yeah.
Things are good, Pete.
Yeah. Let's not overthink it. Let's not get over the handlebars or over the skis, right? You choose.
Let's not get over it in your world. Let's not catch a bad wave, right?
No. Would you rather go over the handlebars or over the skis? What would be more violent outcome?
Oh boy,
I'm gonna say handlebars.
I'm risk averse. I sit on the couch and watch games. That's what I do.
I've gone over the handlebars when I was a kid.
Oh boy, how'd the teeth
results? Oh, the teeth. Scars to prove it still.
Oh man. Well, you are a daredevil. You're one of those guys. You're up on the mountain doing your thing. You're out in the Pacific Ocean. Okay, kickoff Tam. Okay, there's that little squibber again. And San Rafael, I got to give credit. They're 4 for 4 on fielding those things.
Yeah, this is also something they probably practice, knowing that this is commonplace for us. And be ready. Coach is like, hey, yeah, this is coming. Just be ready. Let's not drop fumble one of these today. And so far, they're on point.
Okay, so if you're San Rafael, you're thinking, I need something, right? I need to get on the board. You need to do it patiently. You're getting blown up by the TAM D line. You've gotten a big hit over the middle that's making it not look so enticing to go over the middle.
Right.
Now, we'll see how patient San Rafael can be. Do they stay with the ground game? Do they continue to trust Miller? Can they protect him? Let's see. 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. TAM lined up. Looks like some linebackers are showing blitz, and they are not blitzing. A little fake. Oh, but look at 55. Wide open for the hit. And he got him. But that could be a fumble, guys. No? Okay,
Some
but again.
high and low.
That's John Wellborn with a big hit.
Oh, to be young, Brian. Oh, to be young with the rubber band legs and hips.
Pete, let me tell you, I don't know if we're in the NFL and we go on a replay. I'm not even sure he passed that. That could have been a fumble. That could have been.
Arm's got to be going forward, right?
I'm not sure his arm is going forward, but hey, we'll move on to the next play. 2nd and 10. Once again, the TAM D line, the story of this game. 55 Wellborn, 54 Butler, 51 Hopkins,
happening?
65 Anderson. There's another domination by the TAM interior line.
I'm going to say it. I'm reading the Bulldogs playbook. It's kind of thin, kind of like my final papers that I used to turn at San Diego State back in the day. A little bit thin.
You got the diploma. Those C's get degrees, Pete.
Oh,
C's
barely.
get degrees,
God,
yes.
Thank God.
Here we go. 3rd and 11. San Rafael now just facing just a Sisyphean task here. Pushing that stone uphill and having it roll right back down on him. Here we go. A little 4-man rush. Again, they're beating them individually. Just the individual effort of the D-line once again forcing a helmet-jarring hit from the TAM defensive lineman. Defensive linebacker there. Trying to get a number on that. Number 3.
Hope he's okay.
Leon Tierney.
Number 11 for
Oh,
San
you
Rafael.
hate to see a guy down. You just hate to see it. That's Berlinski, who was down earlier. He's down again. Take a knee, everybody.
Late flag on the play.
Oh, a late
Sure about
flag. That's interesting. Well, I wonder if that has something to do with. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's just not speculate. Let's just hope the young man's okay. He's sitting up. He's sitting up. That's good. We'll give a little clap on that one there.
No doubt.
Good. He's up. All right, guys. He's
That's
up.
the
That's
same
good
lad
news. That's
as
good
before.
news. Yeah.
So he's probably tired of losing his breath. He's up. That's great. Did
Berlinski, I think, has seen enough of the TAM defense. And, hey, credit to that tough cookie out there. He went back out there. He's going to sit down on the training table now.
Yeah, he knew that. I think he knew that.
But let's see what the flag is, Pete. Let's see what the flag is.
Yeah.
They're discussing it here. See what the white hat says. He says no flag. He says no flag.
Okay.
It's a real sort of a friendly wave they give when they.
He thought twice. He dug deep into his soul and he realized that really wasn't a penalty.
He looks like he's waving to a neighbor when he's waving that flag off there.
Maybe he's got some relatives in town.
It is 4th down at 11. Is it not 4th down? Am I wrong on this? Yes, it is 4th down.
Right.
They're finally turning it over. All right. They were refusing to do that for a while.
This defense, what are you going to say? Well, you're not going to say nothing at halftime other than just keep doing that.
A little confusion now with the clock, et cetera, et cetera. 5:53 to go. The refs are going to need to confer. Look at the TAM hits are so big, it's causing confusion amongst the referees.
Like Jason Kidd confusion?
Like it's, you know what, Casey Sully, discretion being the better part of valor. He's going to punt here. He doesn't want to give Braden Young the ball at the 50-yard line. Boy, the Bulldogs, they came in 3-0, and we're thinking they had a little something cooking. And, Coach Sully's done an amazing job reviving that program. But, boy, Lamont has these red-tailed Hawks revving, Pete.
Yeah.
And right now the Bulldogs can't keep up. I want to remind you, last year, again, was a 14-12 ball game. This year it's 20-0. We'll see how the punting game is. Last time they did this, we got a piece of it. Okay, we'll see. Just step away. Peter, they yell, right? Peter, whatever. No, don't touch it.
Just let it go. There we go.
Decent little punt down to the 18-yard line where TAM will take over with 5:29 to go in the first half.
But that's I feel like that's going to be like a part of their offense now, just like hoping they get punts like that and no return or a fumble,
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you do if you're San Rafael? You keep chopping wood.
What do you do? Exactly.
And if you're TAM, you try to get Gordon going. Now, what's interesting, Lachlan Henley has not caught a ball today. I see him out there, number 4. He's in the backfield. What an amazing little game where they're up 20-0, and Gordon has 1 catch and Henley has none.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it? I mean, as a coach, it's like you're on. It's almost the best game to have those kind of results because you've got depth.
Yeah, good call. All right, Braden Young in the traditional shotgun. His trusty center, Braden Self, snapping the ball to him. Up a little heat there. Oh, there's well-designed play. They let the rush go in.
Oh, good tackle.
And design it the little bubble screen to Reed Edwards, the backup quarterback.
Number
and
20,
tight
shout
end who
out
makes the catch.
Max Pfeiffer for San Rafael. It was a nice-looking tackle. Good on him.
It's a nice little play design there. You let the rush attack, and you drop it in on the vulnerable spots there.
5 minutes left in the game, or in the halftime.
TAM 20-0. Shout out to the TAM students down in the end zone enjoying a little homecoming. Dance not till next Saturday, Pete. A little scheduling situation where the game is this week, but the dance is next week.
So they'll sort it out. I'd like to see some big-time attendance to those dances. Different than our day. You went. There was no question.
You absolutely
this
went.
time it's optional. A lot of kids think
really?
it's
They don't
optional.
go? That's disappointing.
I'd say.
That's disappointing. Anyway, Kara's hand is to Tyler Weisberg,
All right.
who gets stopped a little bit.
Third down.
So
Here
it's
we
going to
go.
be 3rd and 2 from the 26-yard line. Once again, now we're under 5 minutes. If you're Lamont and you don't make it here, is this 4-down territory?
Great
Not
question.
sure.
Great question.
I mean, you're up 20-0. I'd say no. The way your defense is playing,
yeah.
you don't want to give San Rafael
Not
any
a
kind
ton
of love.
of time.
But how
Plus
about you
your
just
defense is so solid.
How about you just convert the first down here? Once again, this little bunch receivers here. You got Edwards, Green,
Haven't
and it
seen
looks
this
like
yet today.
looks like Gordon. You got the one back. It is of course Weisberg in motion. Oh, little Braden had nothing. He's going to run, and he gets. Gets to about. I don't think he got it. I think he got. Oh, there's a flag. I think there's a late hit. San Rafael with a critical mistake. They had stopped Braden short of the first down line to gain, and a dead ball, personal foul.
Yeah,
just
there
a
you go.
critical mistake by
That's not
San
good.
Rafael.
And there is enough time to march
Critical
down the field.
mistake. They were going to get it. And you know what that is? Pete, I'm going to tell you just kind of my years of experience. When you're down 20-0, you're a little frustrated, and it's their star quarterback. You get it. You're trying to hurt him. I shouldn't say hurt him. You're trying to send a
Do
message.
too much, yeah.
And you make a mistake.
And here's the results. Here comes the ball.
Big break for Tam.
Yeah.
That was really San Rafael's first momentum stop of the game.
We might look back on that one and go, okay, here's where they kind of like got dust in the wind. Shout out Kansas.
I got you right there, my friend. I will confess to you, my son is playing on the TAM varsity water polo team, and they're in the climactic championship game at the Vintage. There's a fumble, by the way, and San Rafael might have that. That was a handoff to Octavian Green. Once again, these little, and that's a San Rafael recovery.
Okay.
That's twice now. The little razzle-dazzle jet sweep has resulted in a fumble.
Yeah, put your head down and go forward. That was this is. All right, a little bit of discomfort. Let's not let that be a momentum change that can result in 6 points for San Rafael. There is a lot of time left. That's exactly what they needed. Let's squash those dreams for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you got to.
You're saying about.
I was confused. I am confessing that I am being a dad too right now.
Right.
And so the TAM water polo team is up in a big tournament up in Napa, and they are in the championship game against Monte Vista of Danville, a big power, and it's an epic game. And my wife is texting me, and it's overtime 9-9.
Oh my!
So I was following this. Meanwhile, Joe Miller throws into traffic, and that ball. So I just wanted to apologize. A slight bit of unprofessionalism on my part, but I have to be a dad.
Be a dad. I'll try to
and
scoop up some of your
crushing news
responsibilities here today.
At the buzzer, Monte Vista just scored at overtime to beat them 10-9 in the championship game. We just lost. So, you know what? That's a tough one, Pete. But we go back to the field action here too.
Live to play another match.
3:36 to go, and of course 2 fumbles now for Tam. Really, the only thing keeping San Rafael in this game. Joe Miller in the shotgun now, 2nd and 10. He's going to hand it off to Shipley, and again, there's just nothing cooking.
Same story here.
There's
I don't know if you can hang your hat on that, right?
I think the first man to touch him was Will Zukevich. So 3rd and 8, I would believe Sully's in 4-down territory here for the Bulldogs, right?
Yeah.
And so we'll see what Miller can do. But the TAM, it's interesting about the TAM offense, just really not on track today.
This is a different game if San Rafael goes into halftime with 7 points.
3rd and 8. And once again, they're bringing an extra man, a little heat, a well-designed,
look
oh my gosh.
Loss.
Look at that coverage by number 23, Caden Behringer, who
Mr.
absolutely blanketed that receiver.
Yeah, he saw it coming. That was a little bit too lofty. You know, maybe a harder thrown pass would have worked, but that set it up for a 5-yard loss.
Well, D coordinator Anthony Mejia dialed up a little blitz, brought the extra guy. It caused Miller. Now Miller, to his credit, threw it to his hot read. But to Tam's credit, in Mejia's defense, Behringer,
I'll tell you what,
he held his assignment.
The 20-0 lead says nothing
They're
about the
going for
back
it,
and forth. About
Pete, 4th down, they're going for it. Critical play here. 4th and 8. We'll see what they got. Oh, Tam, I think we might have hit the little jump on the line of scrimmage was a little quick, and Miller is just not cooking.
Okay, okay. Our ball, Tam ball.
Don't tackle him late now. Don't tackle him late. Oh, I think Tam
They
got away
needed
with
that
one
in the
there.
worst way. They
Leon
needed
Tierney
that.
with a little bit of a late push there, but they got away with it.
Turnover on downs brings up a 10.
Miller tried to run, nothing there, Pete.
What do you think they need? Like sliced oranges during halftime? I mean, what's the formula? What can we do? What can they do?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of those Capri Suns.
Capri
Is that what
Sun,
those are?
sliced
Yeah.
orange. Save the brownies and the sugar for after the game.
Well, we'll see if Young can get going here. Interesting
What a game! Have you seen anything like this in a while? I mean, defensive minded all the way.
If you're just tuning in, Tam's ahead 20-0 with 2:20 to go, and the high-flying Hawks have gotten a defensive touchdown from David Anderson, a sophomore touchdown from Octavian Green, and then a classic hookup from Young to Andrew Gordon. As the defense is the story of the day, shutting down the Bulldogs. Here's Braden Young, a little bit of time. Oh,
what
a little bit of heat there. Somebody got in there. He threw it away.
He's got a man.
Oh. Pete, we got to call like we see it. That's Gordon's 3rd drop today. I'm sure he wants all of them back.
It could feel a bit lonely right now for him.
Yes, and he's, this is a kid, we said, he's absolutely been blistering in the first 4 games of the season.
The beauty of it, though, like I've just watched the back and forth. Like Coach Lamont he's the least concerned guy in the field with that stuff.
He
He's
does
just
have a
like,
20-0
next
lead.
play. You'll get yours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think if you're Lamont, you trust Gordon 100 times out of 100 to make that play. So you just go right back and do it again.
Yeah. Feed the beast. By the way, it's only 2nd down.
2nd down and 10. This time they can stay on the ground. That hand was to Son, I believe.
Number 2, Jake Son,
Got a little 2-3 yards up to the 38-yard line. 3rd and 7. How are we doing on the clock,
2-minute
Pete?
warning. 2 minutes.
Under 2 minutes to go.
Is there not
As
a 2-minute
you know, the
warning?
2-minute warning only exists in the NFL for commercial purposes, invented to bring more advertising to the game.
Oh, it's all about the greens.
Did not know. There was no reason to ever have 2-minute warnings until Madison Avenue said, we want more ads. Can you invent something? They invented the 2-minute warning. That's a true story, Pete.
What's next? A 3-minute warning.
Here we go. Oh, look at this. There's Gordon in traffic.
Sweet.
There
First
you
down.
go. That's just a varsity play right there.
That looked pretty pro, didn't it?
That was a varsity throw, a varsity catch.
Putting it right in the mouse hole. There was no room. He found it.
In the mouse hole, Pete. Yeah. In the mouse hole. Big time. So there you go. That's what we came to see. That's why you drive down to Sam Chapman Stadium to see that. See if Tam can get going here now with 1:23 to go. Ball on the 47-yard line. Is San Rafael going to try to bring some extra rushers? No. They are not. They're sticking with the rush. Oh, here we go with the little design screen.
Knee down.
And unfortunately, the knee was down for the sophomore, Timo Ural. He had to
couple more plays.
They'll go over this stuff on film. Little mistakes. And I believe Tam calls timeout. Lamont would like to kind of talk about it. 59 seconds to go.
Draw one up.
They're going to want to get about 54 yards to get that touchdown. We try to get in there. Pete, we might as well use this chance to catch up a little bit on the world of college football. Why not? There's some exciting stuff going on out there. Everybody's their eyes on Coach Prime and
no doubt.
The Buffaloes. Well, guess what?
What do we got?
It's not happening for Coach Prime today. It's 3rd quarter up in Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah,
Oregon 42,
my
Colorado.
Wife, shout out Susanna Searson, my wife, whose alma mater is
she Colorado or
Oregon?
She's Oregon? All right. Another big Pac-12 clash. Utah's up on UCLA 14-0. You got Alabama up on Ole Miss 17-10, a big Southeastern Conference clash. We'll go back to the action here in Mill Valley now as we see if Tam can get something going. I think it's fair to say that the Tam high-flying passing offense has not truly gotten on track today, and yet you're ahead 20-0, and you're feeling pretty good, and you just can't say enough about this Tam defensive effort, led by a front four that has just been dominating the San Rafael Bulldogs. So, Braden Young now on 2nd and 10 at the 46. He's got 2 right, 3 left, 5 receivers going out now. Throws a dart to Gordon, who shakes the tackler. He's got some room to run down to the 40. Stiff arm out to the 37-yard line. That is a classic 2023 Tampa.
I got to say, I don't play football. If I did, I would enjoy every stiff arm that I ever delivered. That looks fun. And it's just got to be, oh, my God.
So you kind of guy, you go through life, there's some guy, maybe somebody at the four-way stop sign at the 2 a.m. club, you'd like to give a stiff arm. You know what I mean?
Who's your favorite? Going back to our high school years of watching
Well, you got to go with
football,
the great
who
Earl
you
Campbell,
feeling?
right?
Yeah,
Earl Campbell. We've talked a little Earl Campbell.
we did.
You know, the Heisman Trophy itself is a stiff arm. Yes, it is, yeah. So here we go. 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line, but time is a factor, 57 seconds. Again, 5 wide. See if he gets some protection. He does. He throws a nice little touch to 22.
Okay, now.
Jake.
That's a little mano-y-mano
Ethan Koo.
there.
We got to shout out Bodie Shipley for the big tackle there. It was a strong man tackle.
Nicely done.
By Bodie Shipley. But Tam says, fine, we'll take the first down. Ethan Koo. Now we're going no huddle on the 30-yard line here. Clock running. Braden again patiently throwing darts. Nice hands. Tavy Green, the sophomore, with a nice catch, gets out of bounds. A little breakout game for Tavy Green today. And
he's tasting one more touchdown.
The white hat has something to say here, Pete.
How many timeouts we got? Don't know.
The white hat, there's a little conference going on with the officiating crew. Not quite sure what's going on. 34 seconds. White hat now sorting things out. There's some pointing. It's a first down. First down for Tam High. There's a lot of pointing going on, Pete. Haven't seen this much pointing since an SFO tarmac.
All they need is some orange flashlights.
There we go. We're going to call timeout. After all that pointing, Lamont just said, just give me the timeout. Just give me the timeout right now. So,
well, they're sitting pretty. I wouldn't be too comfortable if I was San Rafael. Like, we got enough momentum to get us in the end zone.
Does anybody keep stats during this, live stats during the game? Because I would like to know right now what we got here in yardage. Because I'm going to say, just top of my head, there's a significant advantage for the Red-Tailed Hawks in total yards right now. Yeah. I'm going to guess right now. So, really, the 2 turnovers is the only thing that's stopping them from just absolutely running away from this thing.
That first quarter Bulldog offense they were scratching their head, and they what did they get after 10 minutes of football, you think? Maybe 10 yards maximum. I mean, it was just going nowhere.
No, I mean, the only time they really got anything going was that 15-yard penalty by Tam, and then a nice dial-up from Miller over the field. But Jake Sun and the crew have let the Bulldogs that they're not welcome let them know they're not welcome over the middle.
Right.
You know?
And I think going into the second half, like, we gave them 3 fumbles, by the way, you know. Like, that probably won't happen in the second half. Let's hope.
All right, Braden Young here now with a little 1st and 10 on the 25. We should look at the clock here. 34 seconds to go. He does have a back behind him. It's Koo. He's got Gordon and Green on the left side with Sun. Over here lined up at tight end is Reed Edwards. Still a lot of confusion going on here. Lamont and the white hat having plenty of conversations. Casey Sully over there is just kind of wondering what he can do to get it going. Young now from the shotgun. And the fake handoff. And a nice rollout. And that's Gordon with a nice catch. Little design play. They're running these little out-of-bounds routes to stop that clock, Pete.
That's nice. And those two, they've done that a million times. So they're probably looking at each other going, yeah, let's kick this in right now.
Little pitch and catch between old buddies there.
Oh.
29 seconds to go. Lamont with his elaborate hand signals now.
Was Andrew a catcher back in the day?
I'm not sure. Let's just say it. Let's just say he was.
He's a catcher now, isn't
Never spoil a good story for the sake of truth, Pete. 23-yard line. Here we go. Once again, 5 wide. Will San Rafael bring heat? They do. They bring the extra minute. No, they do not. Oh, Young's going for the end zone. Oh my goodness. I got to tell you, that was a beautiful ball.
That was a beautiful ball.
That was an absolutely beautiful ball.
You can live with that.
High degree of difficulty for Sun, kind of running over his shoulders, but almost.
But we were smelling it. It was like I smelled the cinnamon roll in the oven on that one.
Oh, and is there anything better than the cinnamon roll? Oh. Maybe the Toll House cookie.
Medium
perhaps.
icing, not too much icing.
Right,
You spoil it with all that icing.
It's funny, I bought one this morning, too much icing. I did. All right, let's see what's going on here now with the 3rd down. And, of course, 29 seconds to go. Still having trouble getting over that water polo loss in overtime up there at the Napa tournament.
Take a breath, you know.
All right, so here we go. That's a shaka. Here he goes, rolling to his left. What does he see? Young looking. He's got nothing. He twirls around. Look at the escapability of a Braden Young.
Look at the blocking.
Here he goes. He's pointing. He's throwing around. He's got some folks. He's going to tuck it and run now, and he's going to get out of bounds inside the 15.
13 seconds.
With 13 seconds.
That's athletic.
That play ran 16 seconds off the clock.
Take a breath. Have a minute.
And I want to credit the TAM blockers. No clipping and no blocking in the back on that play.
That was smart.
Generally, when a quarterback does that, an O-lineman's going to do something wrong.
You're going to see that flag again.
Yeah.
This time it'll mean something.
Yes, there we go.
All right, what down we got, Mr. Murphy?
I think we have a first down.
We do.
So 13 seconds left. What do you think? 2 plays?
We
got two plays maybe?
Come on, let's point it towards the sideline. Let's go.
2 shots to the end zone. I believe San Rafael got the opening kickoff, so I think TAM gets the – isn't that right? Did they not get the – didn't we open the game with an onside kick? Now, Casey Sully and San Rafael calling timeout. They want to talk about it. It's funny. Now, we're here up in the broadcast booth at Bruce Grant Field at Sam Chapman Stadium, and we saw that as Young continued to scramble on that play, he had 2 receivers on the left side of the field. You had the stat crew shouting. Everybody's shouting. Braden saying, "It ain't that easy, buddy.
Right,
I'm running for my life. I got a helmet on, and there's a guy's running at me."
I got a bird's eye view. I was just looking at him scramble around, and it's just the familiarity of your offensive line too, to know that they're probably going to block these white jerseys coming at them. Gives them a little confidence. But yeah, getting open ain't easy either.
So the red-tailed Hawks trying to dial up a couple of plays here. Are you thinking Gordon? Are you thinking one-on-one with Gordon out here? Are they going to shade a safety
Why not,
to him?
I mean, who's the matchup here? Who's their
But you got Superman in the cape over here, Tavy Green, number 1.
He's having a day.
And you see him one-on-one out there with that little guy. He's got a height advantage. I don't mind a little corner fade there to Tavy Green.
If we have a timeout, how about a sneaky little run up the middle right now, which would be unexpected?
Yeah, they're going with the 5 wide, so I don't see that happening. Here he goes, Young. Oh, Young's going to tuck it. Look at that throw back against his body to Tavy Green. He's fighting his way in. He does not get in. Oh, my goodness. What a play by Braden Young. Timeout, TAM.
3.5 seconds.
3.5 seconds to go.
Here we go.
Let's talk about that play. Green started on the far left side. I thought he was going to run a little corner fade.
Right.
Now, again, San Rafael got a little bit of pressure on Young. That's a second straight play where he's had to dart, but you're seeing that pocket awareness of Braden Young. And here comes Tavy Green. I think Young threw that against his body. He's going to his left, throwing it a little bit to his right.
Oh, like a slider?
Some sort of, maybe a screwball.
Screwball,
like a screwball.
Who's throwing screwballs right now?
And the kid made the catch, the sophomore kid.
And he had ambition. He put his head down. He knew he needed some yards and went out and got plenty. First down again, 3 seconds, last play of the game.
Do you run it here, or do you go to Gordon one-on-one? What do you do?
You're asking these great questions. I just don't know.
Some questions, we can have a Socratic dialogue. Maybe some questions don't have answers. We can just ask each other questions all day, right?
Well, the answers come easy. The questions come easy when you know the answers.
For San Rafael, it's the riddle of the Sphinx all day, I believe. Here we go. Are we going to – oh, look, they're going to – looks like they might be throwing this thing. I thought maybe you try to punch it up the gut.
What's with that left
You're
side?
You're going to go 3 left, 1 right. Shotgun snap, Young. Look, he's got – the pressure breakdown, Young escapability. What an individual play. What an individual play by Braden Young
touchdown,
with a touchdown to number 8, Reed Edwards, I believe, is the – yes. Number 8, Reed Edwards. Pete. Touchdown, Tamalpais. Touchdown, red-tailed Hawks.
Look at that. Go back to where we started and just the execution of all those plays and getting first down after first down. Incredible.
We need to talk about that play. That's the 3rd straight play where Braden had to improvise in the pocket.
Yeah, that's just athletic.
And that was just an individual effort where he had very little room to work, kept himself alive with a little spin move, had to throw into traffic. What did he do? Put it right on the money.
And you see him, he's checking off his receivers. Like one of them fell. You saw that at the end. Like you might have been thinking about him.
They're going for 2, Pete, and they got it.
Here we go.
That's Koo with the 22, and that's a 2-point conversion on the final play of the half. Oh, and the Bulldogs just absolutely can't believe it.
Okay, I got this.
TAM 28, San Rafael nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a halftime homecoming to write home about, Pete.
Yeah.
TAM 28, San Rafael nothing. If you're just joining us, it's Brian Murphy and Pete Searson here at the Tamalpais High football field, Sam Chapman Stadium, Bruce Grant Field on homecoming Saturday. where we talked coming into this game of the hype of Casey Sully's San Rafael Bulldogs 3-0, Matthew Lamont's Tam High Red Tail Hawks 3-1. Old rivals, old friends. How it was going to be a real grudge match. Right now, it's going Lamont's way.
There were certainly elements of reading each other's minds, and then someone's going to win that arm wrestle. You know, like there's just you can't have equal parts all the time. And I think Lamont certainly put 2 and 2 together and stick with his game plan, but showed a little bit more flexibility when things weren't going that great. Mixing up receivers, obviously.
Using sophomores, a touchdown for the sophomore Tavy Green, a big gainer to number 88, Timo Ura. The other thing we got to talk about here before we turn it over to the cheerleaders and your daughter, Luella, right?
Yeah.
Is that the front four for Tam has dominated this game. And let's not talk about David Anderson with the scoop score touchdown. It was really fun to watch.
It was a man amongst boys in that play. He was all business from the moment that ball was put in motion, and that quarterback wanted no part of that. And to run that in and show the patience of like scooping at the ball at the right time. That ball is, symmetrical one way but not the other.
So
okay.
what we'll do now is I think we turn it over to the cheerleaders.
Yeah, it looks like San Rafael Bulldogs. They are in full force, and they're going to come out and perform first.
We're going to shout out the Room 222 Mod Squad hair.
Oh yeah,
look.
There's always one kid out there who's
like
got the flow.
Let it flow.
Yeah.
Best salad on the squad there.
This young man, he's probably going to, after this performance, he's going to probably put on a cape with some sequins on it, James Brown style, slither back, and have himself a day.
Here come the Bulldogs, and we will turn it over and be back for the start of the third quarter.
I'll jump in and announce the game cheers when they come out too.
Doing it, buddy.
It's fun. It's easy when it's going. So it'd be interesting if they come back some too. Maybe they'll score a couple of touchdowns. Well, I'm sorry about the water polo match.
I'm sorry I was doing that.
Declan,
I
I'm
had
sure
to
it was like get his opinion when you can.
Yeah. That's a tough loss.
Cassie.
We are back live here at Bruce Grant Field inside of Sam Chapman Stadium for the TAM TV broadcast of Saturday afternoon football in Mill Valley, California. Your home team, Tamalpais Red-Tailed Hawks, in the blue against your San Rafael Bulldogs in the white and red. My name is Brian Murphy. I'm alongside Pete Searson, the color man. We're both proud TAM parents, and my goodness, we have witnessed today, Pete, so far, with a TAM 28-0 lead at halftime, all red-tailed Hawks.
All of that, most of that all was defense, and these are the things you can't really – everyone stares at these statistics on these reports and whatnot. You see offense. Quite frankly, I didn't expect this from the defense.
Oh, man.
Happy to see it. I've always been a defensive-minded player in whatever I was doing, and I think that wins a lot of games for you. So
I got to
good
tell
on
you,
us.
Pete, just the eyeball test, watching San Rafael come back from their little halftime meeting, they didn't even go to a locker room. They retired down to just kind of south of the end zone. What we call maybe the Pizza Hacker Hookfish end zone down there, the Bob's Donuts end zone.
Yeah.
And they were down there, and their walk back to midfield, Pete, I ain't going to lie, I ain't no psychologist. I saw a defeated body language.
Body language.
I
Thank
saw
you for
bad
saying
body
body
language, yes.
language. I think about body language all the time. And as a coach myself, it's like it's amazing the message you send with body language.
Yes, it is.
Even if it's the worst day of your life, like don't let them know that.
Well, when David Anderson of TAM, who has blocked a punt and had a scoop score touchdown, we saw his body language when he did an elaborate celebratory dance to celebrate his blocked punt. That's the kind of day it's been for TAM. They're dancing. San Rafael has the slumped shoulders. But, Pete, an entire half of football awaits.
Yes,
the
it
fat
does.
lady has not sung yet.
But psychology plays in every level, every sport. And guess what? Our head coach has a degree in psychology.
Yes. And we said before the game, if you've been with us the entire time, this was a rivalry game in the sense that, A, these are the two oldest high schools in Marin County. It is the oldest rivalry in Marin. TAM and San Rafael were the only two teams playing football for decades until the other high schools were built. So this is a great historic rivalry. The other part is the two head coaches who've known each other since high school at St. Mary's High School in the East Bay over in Berkeley. They were teammates. They were friends. And Casey Sully, Lamont's right-hand man, was the assistant offensive coordinator here for years. Now he's at San Rafael. So this game had a lot of personal vibe going in. Last year, Sully had the Bulldogs ready. TAM escaped with a 14-12 win. I think Lamont kind of sat on that for a year. And, guys, I think we're seeing a little bit of a Lamont response right now.
Yes, he's a gentleman, so he'll handle the victory well if that's the case.
Well, here's a kickoff that goes, oh, boy, out of bounds.
Okay.
You hate to see it. If you're a San Rafael Bulldog, the flag goes up, so TAM will take over now. I'm not sure what the high school rule is on the yard line. In the NFL now, Pete, you're going to 40. When Jake Moody kicked the ball out of bounds for the 49ers the other day, it was the
40 yard line.
The Rams.
Do they march it off from where it went out of bounds?
No, it's just an automatic
really?
first and 10 on the 35-yard line for TAM. So here we go. Listen, this offense has been talked about, written about. We talked about the Max Prep stats with Young and Gordon being in the top 10, top 15 in the state of California. But we found out it's more than just those two guys. We've had sophomore Octavian Green catch a touchdown,
Right.
the running game with Koo, Sun, and Weisberg, and right away, here you go. Oh, just a little misfire to start the day. They tried to go to our kid. We like to call him Superman because he's got a little cape coming out of his jersey
that
today.
slick sateen that it was the hood got in front and made that ball a bit slippery. I don't know. We'll
So
call
just
it
a
that.
little misfire.
Won't be the last ball thrown to him.
Play was well designed. It's, line up and do it again here as Lamont gets the plays in right now. Tavy gets taken off the field, has a touchdown in his books. Andrew Gordon has caught a touchdown today, but for the most part has had a fairly quiet day by his standards. However, a lot of football left. 2nd and 10 on the 35-yard line as Young discusses it with his offense before the play clock expires. Got to shout out this TAM offensive line. Has done a really nice job protecting him from the shotgun. They're going to run this one.
All right, nice
Jake
tackle.
Sun
Nice
and
tackle.
San Rafael. Listen, if you're San Rafael right now, you've incomplete pass, tackle at the line of scrimmage, you got a little positive momentum.
And they'll need it. I just have this feeling that this beginning of this third quarter and their defensive line, a lot of pressure on them. They're probably not as relaxed as we are, and I think you need that thrill and the fun and the relaxation to really be successful.
There could be a chance for TAM to have a natural letdown in the second half, up 28-0. Maybe you're not
there's
as edge.
there's tendencies towards that.
Once again, Pete, you and I are big students of psychology, right?
Right.
Okay, fake handoff. Young now, under duress. This has been a theme of late. but he escapes and throws it away. Well, Pete, if you're San Rafael, you got to love the way you started this half.
0 sacks on San Rafael. Not that we have one either, but
I will note, just put it in your book there, Pete, in your notes, that at the end of the first half, San Rafael got a little bit of pressure on Braden there in those. Now, Tam winds up scoring a touchdown.
right.
And then just there, they slid through him again. So a little bit of increased heat on the quarterback.
Maybe some disciplined receiving pass patterns just to get to the open space quicker than you think you do if that pressure is there. Braden's definitely going to want someone to throw it to. If they're not open, he's just got to throw it away like he did two plays ago.
We are looking at the first punt of the day for the Tam Red-Tailed Hawks, if that tells you how this game has gone so far. So I'm going to go ahead and say Tam looked in that series to be a team that felt like this game maybe was over at halftime.
Well, listen, if we don't score another point and they don't score either, then we win 28-0.
There we go. So here we go on a homecoming Saturday. The punt
That's
is
going
away
to watch the
from
bounce. Oh, he caught it. Okay.
number 6, Trevor Koo, who's made a couple of PATs today.
Sam Perez on the receiving of that. Nicely handled. No drama.
San Rafael takes over on the 33-yard line. We'll see what they got. They got a little 3-and-out to start the second half. Feeling pretty good. We'll see if this Tam defensive line, if you're just tuning in right now, my goodness, the story has been the Tam D line. Number 65, David Anderson's had some big, gigantic plays. So is number 50, Will Zukavich. 55, John Wellborn. 51, DJ Hopkins. Safety Jake Sun has delivered some bone-rattling hits. So it's been a defensive standout day for the Red-Tailed Hawks. We'll see if they continue in the second half. That is quarterback Joe Miller in the shotgun. He has been all day. He takes it, and they will try to establish the run right out of the gate to Bodie Shipley. But again, I mean, when I say they gained 2 on that, 2 to 3 yards on that, that's like one of their best games
I'm
of the
just
day.
thinking the same thing. Like, they've run that play with no success. I can't think of one that was better than that, and that was a 2 or 3 yard gain.
2nd and 7. San Rafael trying to kind of.
Tell you what, at this point, I'm looking at feet. I'll tell you why. If you're flat-footed, you're not in the game. And I'm looking at those white cleats on San Rafael. A lot of them are flat.
Here we go now. Okay, it's a little design play with a backwards ladder. We got a little flea flicker action.
Nothing.
And
Miscommunication.
Oh, we got a late flag on number 55, John Wellborn. Looks like maybe he got tangled up with San Rafael's flea flicker Quinn Madden on that play. And it looks like they may give San Rafael a break. Our spotters are saying that Tam is actually playing some backups now on the defensive backfield.
Shout out to my mom, Kathy, in Reno, Nevada, watching her first football game right now in the last 45 years.
How about Mom, the biggest little city in the world, on a Saturday afternoon? She wants to see Pete Searson calling Tam High Red. She can't be happy with that penalty.
No,
Kathy,
no.
you can't be happy.
Kathy, she'll even know about it.
So these are 2 of San Rafael's biggest plays. They're 2 15-yarders on Tam.
Well, if that's your best, then good luck with the season.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you that it's been very sloppy, my friend. They go 3-and-out. They have a 15-yarder. I think if you're Lamont, you're seeing a team with a little bit of a letdown right now. And we'll see if they can keep it up. They run it to Bodie Shipley there. Stopped. I do see some.
Was that a little Groundhog Day? Was that some
shifting
Groundhog Day? Same old stuff?
Now, Now, credit to Lamont. He's put in the backup secondary.
All right.
I see one of my favorite Little League players of all time, Patrick O'Keefe, out there. I used to call him P-Nice on the fields of Boyle Park. He's out at safety. Looks like we have a corner, Max Pfeiffer, out there. Looks like we got a couple other DBs. He's the other backup safety who's here making the tackle right now. It looks to be
3rd down.
Ryder Covey was on the tackle there. So Covey, O'Keefe, Pfeiffer. Yeah, Lamont is given
get that bench some play. Get that bench to play. Think long term. This is a marathon. And, boy, we've got some games ahead of us, don't we?
Tam will play Archie Williams next week, and then we do not want to look past, because then the big one, October 7th at Marin Catholic. Be there or be square up in Kentfield. In the meantime, you got to deal with this 3rd and short here, San Rafael. A little play action by Miller, but he throws behind his man. Just a flat miss by Miller on that one. But, of course, Sully down 28-0. I say Casey Sully, the San Rafael Bulldogs head coach, down 28-0. He's not kicking it from here. He's going to go
Joe
for
has got to be a little tired of this pressure. And he was pressured on that one, but he's thinking there's even more coming. So good on this the second-string defense coming in, putting on the
shotgun play. Oh my goodness! It is John Wellborn. Look at this young man running off the field, having the time of his life. And at probably 65, that was Anderson. Once again, the jerseys. The 6 looks like a 5.
Work in progress, man.
Oh, my
Work in
gosh.
progress.
We're going to need those Seahawk fluorescent jerseys. That was Anderson, who is having himself a day, young
That
man.
was awesome.
Have a day.
Good
Rumble,
fun.
young man, rumble. That tackle in the backfield gives a first down to Tam. And if I had to give a game ball right now, I would give it to number 65, David Anderson. But a lot of football left. And we'll see what Tam does now on this 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Braden Young still in. Fakes the handoff, rolls right. And San Rafael kind of sniffs it out.
All right,
Only
get the
gained
blood
about a
flowing
yard.
through those legs, you know. Nothing really there. Still gained a couple yards.
Got about 1, 2nd and 9. Let's see what Tam can do. So they have 4 plays so far in the second half and have not put too much positive things together. We'll see if they can get Andrew Gordon going, maybe the run game. We do have news that Lachlan Henley will not play the second half. He will not play the second half. So nothing too major, guys. He just will not play the second half. And on we go to the 2nd and 9. Young with a shotgun snap. A little razzle dazzle. They've tried this a couple
What do we
times
got?
now, Pete. And San Rafael is ready for it. But the shake and tackle by number 5,
What?
Andrew Gordon,
What?
the
What?
wide receiver. If you can't get him going on offense, give him the ball
Come
the
on.
reverse.
Come on. That just looked like pure fun for him. Shaking defensive tacklers off one after the other, making plays. How was that, a 15-yard gain?
Shades of when you have, the old 49ers used to just say, or like they do with Deebo Samuel, you got a wide receiver who's so great with the ball in his hands, maybe just give it to him behind the line of scrimmage and let him run.
Yeah,
So
get
that's what they
creative.
did with
Look for
Andrew Gordon
holes,
on that
look for
play.
holes, look for mismatches, whatever.
He's got deceptive speed, that kid, number 5. Young on the shotgun. Oh, with a little
Oh.
Oklahoma wishbone here, a little option, I should say.
Some old school stuff right there.
Jamel Holloway on that play.
Half jerseys, rip away half
Yes,
jerseys.
absolutely. You just don't see that. It's your guy Ethan Koo, who took the pitch from Braden, who's showing his many skills. He'll
we got a
roll
man
out and
down.
pitch it for you. Barry Switzer would be proud. And we get the ball down to about the 34-yard line, 2nd and about 5 for the Red-Tailed Hawks, who have now started to put something a little bit together here, Pete. Young on the shotgun. Now we're going to keep it on the ground. We're going to go to Koo again. Oh, look at that run, Pete. Look at that. That's pure effort. That's pure effort,
Look.
Pete. He fights through about 3 tackles.
I think the message is like that defensive line has to be wearing down a little bit.
Oh,
like
yeah.
just go at them. You don't necessarily need to go around them. Go through them if you.
You know what Ethan Koo said to San Rafael? You better pack your lunch because it's an all-day job, Pete. That's what he said to him right there. 1st and 10 on the 24-yard line. Tam's really stitching it together here now. Nice drive after the tackle for loss from David Anderson on 4th down. Oh, look at that nice little fake handoff pass in the flat. That's your guy. Oh, we got a flag on the play. Andrew Gordon slithered down to what would have been a first down.
Hard to tackle. He's just
Maybe
moving
a block
left,
in
right,
the
left,
back.
right.
What do we got? Maybe, 70.
Holding.
One of the Tams off. I don't want to shout out the offensive lineman's penalty because we haven't said his name all day. He's playing great. You don't call out a guy just when he makes a penalty.
No.
Because the O-line's been playing well.
No
but
doubt.
that is on the offensive line. And that's going to be a 10-yarder.
All right, what do we got? First down.
Just more chance to see more pyrotechnics from Matthew Lamont, Braden Young, and the Tam Red-Tailed Hawks offense.
True.
I kind of like the breathing room back here at the
Yeah, a little space. Nothing like a little space.
We are 8:20 to go in the third quarter. Tam firmly in control, 28-0. Touchdowns today for Andrew Gordon. Reed Edwards caught one on a 4th down.
Hey.
Octavian Green, the sophomore, and David Anderson, the D lineman, on a scoop and score.
First
are your
down.
4
You test the
touchdowns.
corners out in the end zone with this play. Just have
So
a look-see. A look-see.
Yeah, they rerun the play now to the point of the foul.
Oh,
The handoff is to Koo, and he's just running with intent.
Yeah.
Intent,
Make
Pete.
it look easy.
Down to the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of about 12, maybe 10. About 10. It was 2nd and 12, yeah. 2nd and 2 now.
Not a whole lot of answers for San Rafael. They're looking around at each other and rubbernecking and just
See
seeing
some
like
hands
what's
on hips
going
on the linebacker. That's
Yeah,
a
look
sure
at
sign.
right in the middle. Just
Pete, you never want to see him grabbing the shorts in basketball. It's when you're tired, right?
what's our line and what's our quarterback looking? A bunch of hands to the side, hands on the hips,
Well,
hand behind
Lamont
him,
is,
flat-footed.
you want Lamont on the in a game of maybe charades or Pictionary, based on his ability to transmit nonverbal cues.
Old Pictionary. Oh boy, I
All
missed
right,
that
Braden
game.
with a fake right, rolls left. He's got some time, throws a
Got
dart
time.
in the end zone. Oh, a little behind
okay.
his man, Andrew Gordon. Braden would like that one back. He'd like it back. Braden's tapping his chest saying, that's me, that's me.
Yeah.
He knows it. hey, next pitch. You move on. 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, it just stalled out a little bit at the end. The defender
Credit
was
to the
able to
coverage
come
on
get
the
it.
play. I believe it was number 2 for San Rafael. I believe that was Griffin Madden on the coverage. Pretty good coverage there. 3rd and 2 for Tam, up 28-0 here. It's homecoming Saturday. The students ringing the end zone. That would be, of course, what we'll call the west end zone, huh? Braden on the shotgun snap. They're going to keep it on the ground. They give it to Jake Sun, the Debo Samuel of the 49ers.
I'm going to shout out number
Referee
72.
line judge says
San
first
Rafael.
down. He says first down. Sun grinded that out.
Vialdo de Leon. That was a nice tackle. A lot of arm strength in that tackle.
He's one of their better players. But Tam's just grinding it out now.
Yeah,
Pete.
Jake's on. He's low center of gravity with lots of muscle. He's
First
gonna
and 10 at the
move that
13-yard
ball
line.
forward.
Do you just keep it on the ground here? You got him. You got him on the jump. San Rafael goes 54 for San Rafael now. Maybe a little hobbled on that play. Tam got him to jump.
Flag on the play offside from the Bulldogs. 5-yard penalty.
You know, it's funny. In sports, you kind of think of the ones you left on the field. I mean, Tam's had 2 fumbles. They've had a couple critical penalties. And, Pete, we're talking about a 28-0 lead, and they're inside the 15-yard line. So, you know things are going well. Shout out Braden rolling right. Could be dangerous for the Bulldogs. Stops, reverses his field, sees a man. Oh, just creates something with a lob to Jake. Shake, shuffle, touchdown, Tamo
Shake
Bias.
and bake right in front of the student body. There you go. That was impressive. Again with the goosebumps.
Hawks.
Combination, timing, stalling out, and then going. Putting on the jets, get in that end zone. Put that shoulder down. Take care of business.
Let's talk about that play. Young was headed right, rolling right, didn't have anything, reverses field, and creates with a little improv
Just a
play.
little jump shot like this. Like, hey, take this defense.
Jake Sun does the rest with a little shimmy, a little shake, a little shake and bake. Touchdown,
That's some fun
Red-tailed
stuff.
Hawks. Ethan Koo now Trevor Koo onto kick. He's made a couple of PATs, 1 bad snap. We'll see what happens here. This is something Tam wants to work on. He got the nice hold, by the way. Want to credit the holder.
Take that. Hands
who is
wide open.
Mac
Make that
Pfeiffer,
happen.
I believe. Max Pfeiffer. Max Pfeiffer on the hold. Trevor Koo's made 3 PATs today. We got to give him a little credit. We had talked to Coach Lamont about that. It was something he's, if you're going to play these close games against your San Marins, your Marin Catholics, your Redwoods, you're going to need these.
Yeah, it's a gamble for a coach. Like, you don't have history in making field goals, but yet you're like, you know what, I'm going to will this to be. And you give this young man the opportunity to do it. He's athletic, he's smart, he's good at his craft, and it's happening now. And this will play dividends in a close game. It's one thing when you're up like this, but my gosh, to have the confidence at the end of a game to put your kicker out there, what a moment for everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, Tamalpais 35, San Rafael nothing. It could not be going any more brilliantly for the Tamalpais Red-tailed Hawks on homecoming Saturday in their MCAL opener, the Marin County Athletic League opener. You know, there's some nerves, there's some butterflies. San Rafael played them tight last year. San Rafael came in 3-0. Tam's coming off, nice win up at Bear River. They're still upset about that overtime loss to Las Lomas and Walnut Creek. You wonder if everything's going to go well. You do your rehearsals, Pete, like you did the school play. You do your rehearsals, but then there's mom and dad sitting in the crowd on stage night. How are you going to do? Oh, yeah. And it seems right now that they're doing the job.
Do you have the
mineral? Pete, we just saw a non-onside kick.
Hold on.
A non-onside kick. And San Rafael is flummoxed. They don't know what to do. Number 3 picked it up, Sam Perez.
On the 10-yard line.
He kind of stopped. He didn't know what to do, and he look at Lamont. Pete, is Lamont just letting Coach Casey Sully, his old buddy, know that
he is?
It's going to be an all-day job here?
Who's going to sleep better of the two of them tonight? Lamont's going to be on his on that orthopedic pillow, mouth wide open, snoring logs.
I think he's thinking about a steak, maybe down at Bungalow 44 or something. The Buckeye.
Yeah, and the Bulldog coach is probably up on his laptop, crunching numbers, trying to figure things out.
We want to just take note here that one of the TAM players that we've had our eye on, who's very intriguing, is Khalil Jackson. He's number 75. Are you ready for this? They're saying he goes 6'6", 320. Now, I mean, I want to say that again. They're saying he goes 6'6", 320. I mean, I didn't see him step on the scale. I'm just hearing what the people tell me. And he has not gotten a lot of chances to play this year, but he's in the game right now. It's really something to watch. Now, this is what you do when you're 75. Is it a guy maybe, obviously, you look to the future, you see what he can do, and he's in the game. You can see him right there. And he has a lot of talent, the coaches think, and they just want to get him some reps now, see what he can do. We've already noted that the secondary is mostly backups today, right now, and now you're seeing young men like Jackson. Just look at the size of this kid. Unbelievable. So that kickoff completely flummoxed San Rafael. They start on their own 11-yard line. Joe Miller, it's just been a long day. They try to run it to Shipley. He gets a little shake at the – going to be tackled for a loss, but he shed a tackle. Gets out to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. A lot of backups in for Tam right now. That was number 42, Jesse Cardeal on the tackle. We're seeing some really interesting – I'm sorry, he's in the game. He's a safety right now. Spotters are really informing us of all the different players that are in the game right now because Tam is really given the chance for the twos to play right now. Lamont doing the right thing, up 35-0 in this rivalry game with San Rafael. That's again Joe Miller on the shotgun. He rolls right. He's looking, and throws a dart complete to number 5. That would be his guy, Conrad Chick on the catch.
Arguably the best
Pete
name.
and I have agreed it's our favorite name on the field
Good
today.
name. Like Chick Kern. Who didn't love Chick Kern back in the day? Come on.
Well, as Chick would say, I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves in the third quarter, but is the eggs are getting cold and the Jell-O stopped jiggling.
Yeah.
The refrigerator right now.
Yeah.
That's for you old Lakers fans out there. When he thought the Lakers had a game in the buck, he would say, the refrigerator door is closed, the eggs are getting cold, the Jell-O
As you know,
is
you
jiggling.
hosted a show called Bowling for Dollars back in the day, which I watched on the regular.
Pete,
I didn't care about bowling.
It's
I
now the
watched
time
Chick
we
Kern.
lament the closing of Green Bray Bowl, which used to be the place everybody went to in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You play your Pac-Man. On a rainy day, your mom and dad would drop you off. No longer. Green Bray Bowl. Heck, we
R.I.P.
just lost Country Club Bowl, I believe, up in San Rafael.
Oh, we did?
Which I think some of our Bulldogs may have spent some birthday parties when they were lads out there.
Oh,
Shout out the Candlestick Room at the one of the great bars at the Country Club Bowl. Yeah.
Question: do you spin the ball, or you just go straight when you bowl?
I just chuck it.
You
We're
just
going
chuck it.
straight
I
down
do
the
too.
middle.
Just
We're
throw it
going
as hard
straight
as you
down the
can.
middle. Yeah.
Hope for the best.
And I average about a 120 too. So
you got me by about 10 pins.
Okay, all right. Here we go now. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. San Rafael, maybe getting a little more push against the 2s and the 3s of Tam, but Lamont wants these guys to play some football, and that's what we want to see. So here's Miller again with the fake handoff, rolling to his right. Again, looking. He had nothing.
Nothing. You got
I'm
nothing.
going to shout out good coverage there.
Got nothing.
But number 21, Peter Vernali. Number 21, Peter Vernali, the corner, shut down that look for Joe Miller.
It's great to see a coach. Sometimes coaches get tight with the when they're up, and they just want to kind of keep rolling with that. Don't jinx it, whatever their philosophy is behind getting your bench in. But to see the freedom that he's having right now today is just inspiring. And these kids, they're dying to play. Your second string, you want nothing more to get out in the field. And then you're contributing, and it's still you're holding them to nothing.
Well, Lamont's having a conversation with Braden Young right now. I was wondering if he would take him out at any point. But going over some stuff here. Well, here you go. Handoff to Sam Perez, number 3. Nothing doing. We think it's loose. Button. Who's got the button? The Tamalpais Red-Tailed Hawks,
Go Hawks.
with the fumble coming up for it right now. Let's let this young man celebrate.
Number 11.
Number 11, Ryder Covey.
Ryder.
Fantastic moment for this young man.
Fantastic
moment.
My daughter went to preschool with that lad at the old firehouse. Come on.
Man, oh man. How were his finger paintings, Pete?
They were okay. They were
Were they
okay.
good?
Everything looked like a spider.
Ginger snaps. He was okay during the ginger snaps and pineapple juice.
Well, by the time
was
he moved
good?
up to the red room, he
Okay,
got
all
better.
right,
But
all
the
right.
yellow room, you're
Yes,
taking
okay.
naps all day anyway.
So that firehouse preschool, that was for aristocrats, I believe, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah. Little known fact: my oldest Luella, who's a senior and cheerleader at TAM, day 2 as a 2.5-year-old kid at old firehouse, she escaped. And she went down about 150
always good to
yards
have a
down
loose
the street,
tongue,
and they said,
isn't
"Hey,
it?
whose
Yeah.
kid is this?"
Yeah.
They brought her back, and they put on one of those safety gates you find at pools, so kids don't.
She was
get in
not
trouble.
unlike the fumble on the field here, and maybe it was Ryder Covey who recovered her back in the day.
I say she had a sense of adventure.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, you hate to see another San Rafael player down. This has been a theme today.
Yeah.
We wish the young man well. We can't see with the circle around. It appears to be some sort of ankle or foot injury. That seems to be what they're tending to down there, but we can't totally tell right now. So let's take a moment as the Tam Red-Tailed Hawks take a knee to reset what's going on. 4:41 to go in the third quarter. Tam 35, San Rafael nothing. And again, credit now to that defense that was mostly the 2s and 3s in there who made those stops and actually got a huge turnover. It's good to see the young man up. Good to see the young man up, walking off. Let's get a good Tam Red-Tailed Hawk round of applause for the San Rafael Bulldog.
59.
Number 59, who's not on our roster, Pete, but we wish him well. He's hobbling. It appears to be an ankle. Thank goodness it's nothing above the neck.
Is he putting any weight on it? Hope he is a little bit.
use this moment in time just to catch up on a Saturday afternoon of college football, and all eyes on Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes, who go up to Oregon as 21-point underdogs. And bad news for Coach Prime and the Buffs. 2 minutes to go in the game. Oregon 42, Colorado 6. Oregon 42, Colorado 6. There was a belief in the cognoscenti that the offensive and defensive lines of Colorado wasn't enough to play with a bunch of big-time recruits, and that seemed to have played out today. Back to the action. Braden Young on shotgun. We got Tim O'Earl, the sophomore, out split left. You got that familiar sort of trips right bunch, but you got Gordon in motion now. One back behind Young, takes the shotgun, fakes the handoff to Weisberg, and again under duress, but escapability. Oh, we have a flag on the play, probably a hold. Young throws it away. San Rafael's pass rush has improved as the game has gone on, and Braden has been running. But the good news is he's shown some great escapability.
Yeah, he hasn't said hello to the turf yet, and that's a good thing.
Yes, he's very good about getting away and smart about throwing it away. The best players are smart about throwing it away. You hear Kyle Shanahan talk to Brock Purdy about that, right? And we do, of course, have a hold on the Tailpass Red-tailed Hawks. So we'll push that one back.
Hey, props to Tam offense and defense. Like I've spent a lot of time looking at yellow flags being thrown on our team, deserved or not, and all in all, it's pretty clean tonight. That's one to celebrate after the game.
Another final: Utah 14, UCLA 7. The Bruins did not cover the 6.5.
Your Bruins,
as we Westwood alums are not that happy about that. On to the action here. 1st and 20 for the Braden Young-led Red-tailed Hawks. He's in the shotgun. Biggest pass play today was a pass to Octavian Green. Now he goes back to the right side, just a pitch and catch with Andrew Gordon. I get the feeling those kids could do that all day. I think you wake those guys up at 3 in the morning, bring them down to the field, they could do that.
Yeah.
A nice little pickup of about 9 yards, make it 2nd and 11.
Well, it's easy to get lackadaisical when you're up like this. You can just kind of just go with the flow and be cool. But to press is important. It's a good lesson in that.
We will confess that right now there is not an air of overwhelming tension here at Sam Chapman Stadium.
I'm pretty relaxed.
Things are feeling a little loose, feeling a little relaxed. I'm checking college football scores, It's 2nd and 11 now with Braden Young in the shotgun. We'll see what he can dial up. The hand is to Weisberg. He's got some room. Oh, big hit.
Hey, now.
Nice hit from number 2, Griffin Madden, I believe, was on that hit. And I do remember the Griffin Madden lad from All-Star days out at Glenwood Field in Boyle Park when that was number 4, Bodie Shipley with the hit. I gave the wrong number. Pete, if we ever do this again, I'm going to need to see the optometrist is what's going to need to happen.
Well, we might have one in the crowd right now,
Bodie Shipley, who is clearly probably San Rafael's best all-around player. He's been doing it on both sides of the ball. He delivered the blow to Weisberg there, setting up a 3rd and 10 from the 30-yard line. 3rd and 9 from the 30-yard line. Braden Young now in the shotgun. Looks like only 3 split, 1 back, Weisberg left. San Rafael bringing a lot of pressure at the line of scrimmage right now. They're showing, and they're bringing heat, and he takes the right advantage with a dial up right over the middle.
Nice play.
And a nice hang on. Was that Gordon? Had to be Gordon, I believe. His son, Jake's son. Let's talk about that play there for a second. San Rafael crowds the line of scrimmage, giving Braden a little tension, right?
Right.
Braden knows immediately he's got to make a quick read. He does. He throws a dot. Now, Jake's son on the receiving end knows he's going to get a lick from Sam Perez.
Right.
Number 3, what does Jake's son do? He does what he always. He plays football.
Yeah.
He catches the ball, absorbs the hit, pops up and says, how do you like them apples? First down 10.
Hey, even though that was positive for us, that could have been way worse for San Rafael. We could have opened something up. When you crowd that much, there's openings. We found one, and they were quick to the ball, made a tackle, and unfortunately we've got another player down on the field right now.
Listen, we all wish San Rafael well. I don't think there's any question that the game of physical toughness has been won by Tam in this game too.
And they've got a thin bench. I mean, you've got a team that's doing their best, and they're playing extra, both sides, quite a bit.
Discouraging day for Casey Sully's Bulldogs, who came in here 3-0 thinking they might have something going. And instead, Matthew Lamont and the Red-tailed Hawks had something else. Anthony Mejia, the defensive coordinator, has dialed it up today, keeping San Rafael off the board. Again, I want to credit Jake's son on really making a tough catch in traffic and absorbing the kind of hit that he delivers as safety. And he got it done. We're going to shout out the young man who's going off the field now for San Rafael.
Before the next play.
You know who it was? That was Sam Perez who made the hit on Sun. And once again, we play the game of physical toughness. 2 guys collided. 1 guy's back in the game. The other guy has to leave the game. Jake's son That's one tough cookie there, Pete.
Yeah, fatigue plays a part of this, and I wouldn't want to play both sides of the ball. Maybe these kids do, but at some point your hose is gonna be leaking a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Late in the third quarter, 2:49 to go. Tam up 35-0. A little motion here as Young hits Timo Ural, who was the man in orbit motion. And look at the graceful strides of the sophomore as he slithers down to the 3-yard line.
The sophomore hustle. There you go.
That's a kid who plays center field on the Tam High baseball team. I've seen him chase down gappers in right center, left center, over his head. You give that kid a glove and tell him to catch a fly ball, he'll catch it. You throw him a screen pass in the flat, he's going to slither down for about 20.
Give me an all-around athlete for sure, a multi-sport kid. That's what
I vote. I vote that. Don't you? Don't want to stay on one sport. You got to play two.
No.
First and goal at the 5-yard line. Look at the sophomore getting some love. He came in motion on that play and slithered back the other way. Young hit him. First and goal from the 5. Now Tam has had a little red zone struggle today. Have not been perfect in the red zone. We'll see what happens here. Oh, Braden Young with the pitch. A little razzle dazzler coming the other way. Jake's son. Touchdown, Tamalpais. Touchdown, red-tailed
Guilty
Hawks.
as charged. My eyes went left. How about yours? Did you see that?
To replay that now, Tam moves the football and the direction of the line to the left. Jake's son reverses field to the right. Braden Young with a deft little pitch back. That was not an easy little pitch back where he had to hit Drake in stride. Son took it, and his athleticism did the rest. Quite frankly, he didn't have too many people to beat, but he was a quick little scamper into the end zone.
Who's that magician that married Claudia Schiffer back
in the 80s? Copperfield? We're going Copperfield?
David Copperfield. I'm going Copperfield on that one.
Yeah. You don't want to go Chris Angel, a little more modern reference?
I should, but I don't.
Or how about the mentalist, the guy who's coming in and messing with all those NFL teams?
What's going on? You got a hobby of being the
Pete, I got to tell you, we say David Anderson's the player of the game. How about kicker Trevor Koo?
No doubt.
Is that his 4th PAT today? 5th?
There should be conversation about if there's a game ball to offer that up. That's
we bring this up because we talked to Lamont before the game, doing our homework, Pete, like we should.
Thursday.
And he spoke frankly about the kicking situation, and he said, listen, it's something we need to improve.
Draped with confidence, though. I think I asked him, I'm speaking for a lot of people. What about kicking? And he just went right in and go, oh, yeah, watch what happens.
He said, why don't you show up Saturday and watch?
Yeah,
is what he
I'm
said.
here.
Trevor Koo with yet another PAT. Tam's up 42-0. We want to shout out to his snapper is Reed Edwards. The holder is Max Pfeiffer. Those guys are as important as the kicker. So credit to those guys.
The way things are going, if I was headed back to San Rafael, first stop would be San Jose Taqueria.
I was going to say the only thing they got going for them is they got the San Jose Taqueria, and that'll be a good deal. What do you get? Do you get the carnitas? What are you going?
Well, Al Pastor for sure. One of each.
And are you going now there's a theory you go quesadilla over burrito, you get more carnitas.
Why would I get something other than a taco at my favorite taqueria?
Are you going tacos?
Yeah, forget burrito. I'm sure it's fine.
Okay. Listen, the good news is it's wins all around.
Hey, I had threw a Christmas party about 10 years ago, and I begged them. I went in multiple times to have them cater it.
Yeah,
they didn't want to do it.
I
pressed hard, and they finally did.
They're like, what do you think? They said, you come to us. We don't go to you.
And they came to me. I was very thankful.
Exactly. So, look at another kickoff deep. They're messing with San Rafael, Pete. They're messing with San Rafael. Look at that coverage. You got to give it up for number 23, Caden Behringer on the tackle. Those special teams tackles aren't easy.
Is Trevor our guy? That's Trevor kicked that, right?
And Lamont has Sully tied up in pretzel knots over there.
Yeah.
Because Sully says, what happens to the onside kicks? And Lamont said, why don't you just watch me do David Copperfield, Chris Angel, the mentalist on you here.
Right. Dare I go get my camping bucket that's in my van right now and swing that over to the in case there's an accident over on the San Rafael side.
Okay, we think we might have some news here that in our pregame chalk talk with Coach Lamont, we talked about players that, he might see and maybe not see, and that's an incomplete pass, by the way, by Joe Miller for a 2nd and 10. All right on it. But we believe that while we were in his psychology classroom,
right,
a young man named Mojave Lovell was discussed, and he was sitting in the room. And he said, so, Mojave, you playing? He goes, I don't know, my back kind of hurts, and da-da-da. And he said, come on, man. And we're here. Our spotters are telling us the young man is in the game, number 53, lined up at left defensive end. We hear he is a gentleman on prom dates, too.
Yes, he is.
As you yourself can point out, huh? Here we go. Well, there's Mojave right there with a little pressure on the quarterback right there. Oh, and by the way, new quarterback in is Quinn Madden for San Rafael. Yeah, and he is apparently, our spotters are telling us, flat out the strongest kid on the team. Stronger than Khalil Jackson at 6'6", 320.
Well, Mojave's a bit of a silent leader. He is a gentleman first, and he is a good lad. I back that young man and his whole family. And it's his first year playing football as well, very first year.
Okay, well, interesting. So San Rafael has taken Miller out of the game. They are essentially raising the white flag with 1:15 to go in the third quarter. Pete, we still have a whole other quarter to play.
Organize yourselves, everybody. Let's be healthy.
I think Casey Sully's thinking about what he's going to order at the Flatiron right now? Is that what he's thinking about? You can't go wrong at the Flatty, Pete. You cannot.
What kind of night for what
Casey
do you
Sully's
what do you
thinking
eat on a night like this?
Casey Sully's thinking, and we have this too. We got a little situation going on here. Our spotters are pointing out that Gus Beyer, sophomore, backup quarterback, warming up. Pete, this. As Coach Prime would say, this one's personal. I've been coaching Gus Beyer since we were little kids. I might get emotional if Gus Beyer gets out there.
Please do.
Kurt
Please do.
And Joanna, dear friends, and I know the young man loves football so much.
Number 35 right here.
Number 35 is warming up on the sidelines, and this would be his first action as a varsity player. Now we'll see what happens now as San Rafael runs into Bodie Shipley. This kid's been putting in work today. I want to shout out that tackle right there by number 3, Leon Tierney, who really closed out on that tackle. He's just one of many defensive standouts today for the Red-Tailed Hawks as the third quarter is nearing an end. Tam's up 42-0. Wow, really sending a message across the Marin County Athletic League with a 42-0. We got a little bit of Gus Beyer
35's done warming up.
cheering section here. He's a sophomore, part of that sophomore class with Timo Ural and Tavy Green. And here we go now as the clock's beginning to run down. Fourth down, Pete, before we got all caught up in Gus's action here. Number 7, Quinn Madden rolling. Oh, nice little keeper. Oh, and he fumbles the ball. The ball is loose. Button. Who's got the button?
Let's see.
Tamalpais has it. The Tamalpais
Red-Tailed
Red-Tailed Hawks. And you just think the first positive play, Pete, for San Rafael when Quinn Madden tucks it and runs, you're thinking, look at that. It's a nice play by the individual quarterback there. And he fumbles the ball.
You were in the garden. You cut yourself accidentally, and I just handed you a salt shaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is exciting for all fans of Red-Tailed Hawk football in the future. Sophomore quarterback Gus Beyer is in the game. Number 35, his first varsity action. Listen, I tell you, you want to coach this kid in any sport. I had him in baseball. I had him in basketball. Nobody is more of a team-oriented, hustle kid
Look
than
how
Gus
thrilled
Beyer,
Braden
who's
Young
now
is
taking
on the
shotgun
sideline.
snap. You know the butterflies are there, so they hand the ball off. Smart play by Lamont. Oh, look at that run. Little effort by
How about an
Ethan
extra
Koo,
4 yards on that?
who gives Gus Beyer a little plus yardage on his first carry. And that will end the third quarter.
Quick glance to number 9, Braden Young. Look how happy he is for his team, for his backup quarterback. This is it, man. You create that in culture from the top down.
Well, they say
right?
hold the rope, and, that means everybody's holding it here at Tam High. Pete, that's the end of the third quarter. Tamalpais 42, San Rafael 0.
All right.
It has been a boffo day
Yes,
for the
it has.
Red-Tailed Hawks, who are rolling their San Rafael rivals 42-0, and getting a chance to get so many kids in who don't get a chance to play all the time. And they get to play on homecoming Saturday in front of their teammates, in front of the cheer crew, in front of TAM TV, which we want to thank again the good people at the Tam High Foundation, the Tam High Boosters, and the Tam High PTSA, who make it possible for your mom, Kathy, in Reno to watch this game.
Thank you very much.
So, hi, Kathy. It's good to see you.
Carlsbad. Shout out Steve Searson.
And it is official. We have a little bit of news. I'm sorry. We'll get back to what you just said there right now. We're going running clock.
Good, okay.
Running clock, which will get you to the 2 a.m. club faster.
Thank you.
All right, that's what it'll do. So I'm sorry, you were saying?
That's all right. No, I'll be driving my daughter to All Ages DNA Lounge, South Market. Remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a big move.
She's all pumped up for that.
That's a big move.
Well, my routine, I drop her off. I say, see you at 12 o'clock.
Okay, we got all sorts of changes here. We got number 11, Ryder Covey, a senior. And we got Gus Beyer, DNA Lounge, Memories Ahoy. Let's go with Gus Beyer at quarterback, Ryder Covey at running back. And so he's really getting a chance to let this thing go. Tam's going to go running clock up 42-0. What a triumph for Lamont and the Red-Tailed Hawks on the MCAL opener. Telling you, these guys are putting it together really in all phases, Pete. I mean, we started the day talking about the defensive front four. We wound up kind of waiting for the offense to get going. They got going. We talked about sophomore receivers. And we talked about the kicker, Trevor Koo. We talked about the snapper and the holder. And
story. This is it. This is a nice sort of layered day today, even though the score says otherwise.
I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me, but Gordon and Young came in as 2 of the top 15 players in the state, and they didn't have to do much today. I mean, they still have nice numbers, but they're not putting up circus numbers today.
It keeps them hungry for the next game.
Yes, and here we go. Gus Fire. It's great to see Byer. You know the butterflies are there. Covey, the running back, running to his left. He's got time, and he cuts the corner. He's got grass, and he's got a first down.
He's a step away from breaking.
And we are running the clock, guys. Another San Rafael player down, unfortunately. Boy, it's been a tough deal. He's up, thankfully. He's up, number 14. So a good job by Lamont to, well, you know, you're up 42-0. You're not going to throw to the end zone. But to really calm Byers' certain nerves. Although Gus is a cool kid, he's probably handling it pretty well. And we're just going running clock here. So really, in terms of if you're planning the rest of your afternoon, we're only 11 minutes and 24 seconds of running clock away from some errands you have to run.
TikTok's
Maybe Goodman's Lumber, perhaps, you know.
Maybe. I got a couple 2x6 by 20s I got to buy.
Well, you know, and get that popcorn, too, they have over there, too. We're going to hand it off again. It looks like Covey again, and this time a nice play.
Fire with the handoff to Covey again, brought down right around the line of scrimmage.
Number 2, Griffin Madden. I remember the Maddens from Little League All-Stars. All these, you see these kids grow up.
How does San Rafael play? How was their little league?
Well, I'll tell you what's funny. I've been fortunate enough to win a couple district all-stars, and I've had to beat San Rafael twice, and they were quite stiff opposition. I'll tell you that. Sometimes people look past them and they look to the Nevados of the world, etc. No, you don't want to play San Rafael at Joe Wagner on a Sunday in July because they bring a cheering section. We've had to fend off a couple of red waves over there, but we did it.
Yeah,
we brought the glory back to Boyle.
We think we're all in for baseball. They are too.
Well, it's a great baseball county. Hey, Tam High just had its first ever Boyle Park kid get a win in the major leagues. Tam High grad Kenny Rosenberg of the Anaheim Angels got a win, and that was really exciting for him. Gus Byer with an incomplete pass on that one. Looked like there was a little mix-up. He handed it one way. The runner back went the other. Byer, though, to his credit, spun out and got rid of the ball for an incomplete pass.
Athletics, what a gem we live here. You know, you grew up here and stuff. It's just like to be a part of this. We got the Pacific Ocean Bay right in front of us. We've got like
we're gazing at Richardson Bay as we look, yeah.
And high-level athletics. You know, we have switched on coaching and parents that really care for what's going on with these kids and their experience.
It's going to take some time for me to get over that water polo OT loss, though, in the vintage tournament today, though. 10-9. Apparently, there was a controversial call at the end, too, Pete. You hate to hear that. You know, it just makes the kids hungrier, right? Just makes them hungrier.
Which does not break you.
All right, Gus Byer, the sophomore. He's going to throw this one, Pete. He's going to throw it, and he, unfortunately, into a little bit of traffic, it got batted down.
Fourth down. Let's go. Let's get a reception going. Let's build some memories out there right now.
We are going running clock. 9:15, 14, 13. We're just keeping this thing going. Again, probably the right move as San Rafael's actually kind of running out of bodies over there, Pete. And Tam really hasn't, in the second half, not played many of their starters. Young did lead 2 touchdown drives, but the defensive
story. Like you've got your bench, your younger players, your sophomores, and they stay.
Byer on 4th down's going up top to the end zone to Tavy Green. Oh, almost a touchdown pass.
Fantastic.
It was great coverage there by number 2, Madden.
The courage it takes to throw that rainbow pass, and that receiver coming back to get it.
Tavy Green almost hauled that in.
Yeah,
hey, those are 2 sophomores there, Pete.
Fantastic. Look at this. Here's the future. It's a future bright. You know?
Yeah, so, and a lot of the guys we've called out today on the D-line, Wellborn and Anderson, they're juniors. We were talking to some of the veteran TAM heads around here, and they're saying this TAM team, you think about Braden Young and Andrew Gordon and Lachlan Henley as seniors and how much they're going to miss. But those close to the program say, you know, they're returning a ton of players in the trenches next year. So even though you're losing Young and Gordon, you're going to win at the line of scrimmage next year with a lot of returning players. So
what did you say at the beginning of the game? What gets done at the line of scrimmage? I mean, I think your wins and your losses start there.
We said it, Pete. 7:57 running clock. San Rafael's gone to a backup quarterback 2. It'll be number 7, Quinn Madden, the Madden family, well represented today, and he's got a little fake hand up, but he throws a dart.
Okay.
So number 5, Conrad Chick, nicely done. Madden's shown a little. He's done some nice things here so far, although he did fumble on that scramble. That was tough. Break for San Rafael. Good to see a lot of the 2s and 3s in here right now.
Well, listen, you want San Rafael to drive home with a loss, but also with their heads up, you know. So part of their story is going to be like.
Well, they're going to try to get in the end zone here. They're going to say, you know what, Tam's resting their starters. Let's try to move some balls here. I mean, listen, they're going with a backup quarterback too, and here is that familiar Tam pressure. Nice, you know what? I liked everything about that play. I liked the way Madden scrambled, and I liked the way he kind of released that pass, but well covered by Ryder Covey, who's having a nice game. I'm sorry, or is that number 21, Peter Vernali? Once again, I'm gonna ask Lamont to kind of maybe put a little fluorescent tape on these numbers. Sometimes they bleed together. Listen, for San Rafael, it's all good. I mean, this is a program that a couple years ago you wondered if it even had a future. Right. And Sully's got them going, 3-0 in the preseason. He's playing a very good team today, let's be honest.
We'll see who they play next week. It'll be interesting to see how they bounce back.
And there's some pressure on Madden. He just goes down in a heap. That was the absolute ferocious pass rush. And I believe you're going to go with number 55, John Wellborn. I mean, I'll be interested to see the sack totals on the end of this game. It is 4th down for San Rafael. Again, running clock. We are at 6 minutes now and ticking as the Red-tailed Hawks quite pleased with how everything has gone today. 42-0. And also warming up is backup quarterback Reed Edwards. He may get a chance to come in later in this game. See what happens on this 4th down play. Madden over the middle throws a nice pass. I tell you, I like what Madden's done. I do. And unfortunately for him, Conrad Chick couldn't haul it in. Chick's upset with it. He's a good player. He knows he should have had that one. But hey, San Rafael's seeing what they have. Madden's shown a little bit. Pretty good. But Tam takes over on downs, and a new quarterback is in. Number 3 quarterback Reed Edwards, who, by the way, has a touchdown catch today as a tight end, and now he's in at quarterback too. Looks like Gus Byer's still out there too, but Gus is moving to tight end, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Interesting, creative personnel use here by Lamont. Lamont told us in our pregame chalk talk, Gus is talented enough to be a very, very good tight end. And he is. I've known the kid a long time, and he's a kid. He can hit you, and he can catch something, too.
You should give him a little text or phone call after the game. Say, hey, proud of you, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, his there's a little keeper there from Reed Edwards. Now, the safety, number 23, Caden Behringer, is in at wide receiver. So, Pete, without our spotters, we'd be lost today because there's a lot of roster shuffling going on right now.
Silent but deadly over there. Just giving us like on real-time information.
You hear your Joe Bucks and your Al Michaels and all these guys. They're nothing without their spotters. Right. They're nothing without their spotters. All right, so they're like our O-linemen, our long snappers.
Well, to be a spotter takes a certain quality. You got to know what the heck to look for.
Yes, you do. 4:20 to go. A little handoff action to Ethan Koo. He's got some room. A little cutback and a dart. Nice tackle.
Ooh-wee.
San Rafael knocked him up.
Loved how he's following his blocker.
As Alanis Morissette might say, head over heels, but Tears for Fears might say the same thing. And Koo, though, gets a 1st down.
Yes, he did.
Yes. If you're a 90s guy, you're going Morissette. If you're an 80s guy, you're going Tears for Fears.
I'm not Tears for Fears. Of course, Tears
or
for Fears.
Or if you're one of these Gen Z kids, they're like, what are you talking about? We're listening to, whatever the latest hip-hop group is at Outside Lands.
Megan Thee Stallion? Shout out Megan
Sure,
Thee Stallion.
We'll go Megan. All right, here's Reed Edwards again. Now he's looking to throw, and he lofts one deep to the end zone, and that's on the money.
Hello.
That is for a touchdown, Tamalpais.
Come on now.
Touchdown, Red-tailed Hawks.
Hey.
And we think it's Behringer.
Hey, what'd you do today? I scored a touchdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's your number 3 quarterback. That was a nice pass, Pete.
Yeah, he saw it, and he read it. I mean, he felt like his guy was going to be open in the end, and he wasn't that open. That was a great catch.
Now, if you're San Rafael coach Casey, we are confirming that was Behringer. It was on the far end of the field. What a pass by Edwards. What a catch by Behringer. Now, if you're Sully and you think Lamont's running up the score, he's like, dude, I got a 3rd-string quarterback thrown to a safety who's playing wide receiver. So you got to keep playing the game at some point, right? 3 minutes and 30. You can't take a knee for the next 3.5 minutes, right?
This is like a bit like that Germany over Brazil World Cup.
Oh.
You know,
Tell you a
it
funny
was like
story about that
7-1
one.
or something like
We
that.
got some time to kill. Let's see if Trevor Koo can do this again, by the way. That was what a hold, by the way.
What a hold.
What a hold.
Call that
by
one of the
Max
most
Pfeiffer.
athletic moves of
We
the
get
day.
Pfeiffer,
Look at him. Look at him
Pfeiffer
flexing on
coming
the way
out
back.
flexing.
What that hold? He was on his back making a hold.
What can you say about Trevor Koo today?
Oh,
This kid's a machine.
Just
He's
the
like
Swiss
Iron
Army
Byron.
knife. What a
Oh, man. So
World Cup.
So that World Cup, that was a semifinal, right? Germany-Brazil, wasn't it? Wasn't it a final?
Finals.
Was it a final?
Yeah, I was
See
in
my
Berlin
brain.
at the time for
Oh,
that.
my God. Was that a final?
It was.
Where
were you?
So I'm friends with a Chronicle sports writer named Alan Black. He's from Scotland.
Right.
The accent, the whole thing, you
Right.
know? Sounds like, what's his face?
Derek Scobie.
Yeah. Or Lawrence Donegan. Or
you say? What did you say? What did you say?
Who's the darn...
Fat bastard.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. God, I couldn't come up with it. Thank you very much.
I got you.
Or for you Simpsons people, Willie the groundskeeper, right?
Well done. Well
Anyway,
done.
so we meet at Sweetwater to watch the match. And as this incredible thing unfolds, was it 7-1?
Well, I think it was 7-0 or something.
Didn't
until
Brazil
it was
score a
7-1 or something.
late meaningless goal? 7-1. And I said to Alan, Alan, you're the soccer guy. I said, what does this mean in Brazil? And he took a long swallow of his pint. He said, ramifications for decades.
Oh, well done. Look at your Scottish knowledge and accent.
It
That's
made
not
me
an
laugh
easy one
so
to do.
hard. Ramifications for decades. He said.
I'm loving that. Well, listen, let's face it, the Scottish accent is probably the most interesting.
By the way,
on
shout out the
planet
word
Earth.
ramifications. It's a good word.
Shout out Yinzer Nation. Are you aware of this?
No.
Pittsburgh. Let's go downtown, get ourselves a cold iron.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
That's
okay.
called. They're part of the Yinzer Nation.
Oh,
what
Yinzers.
What are you Yins doing?
Yes,
hey,
yes,
what are you Yins
yes.
doing?
Yeah, yeah,
Going downtown, get a hoagie.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, get that running clock going here because Pete and I are running out of material here. 3.5 to go. We've gone to Willie the groundskeeper in Scotland and World Cup stories from 20 whatever 10 was it 12 something like that. Let's go back to the action where Tam's up 49-0. They've emptied the bench many times over and are feeling very, 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 very good about their MCAL opener, 49-0. San Rafael back with Madden, and he's getting chased quite heartily here by number 60, Mason Dalton, giving pursuit.
Madden chased out of the pocket with a complete pass to number 11.
And he throws
3
it to
minutes left.
Hayden Berlinski's back. You got to give Berlinski credit. That kid took a couple of pops, came off the field twice. He's still out there. That's a lot of toughness there
Yeah, it's
for
a lot
Berlinski.
of courage. And you know what? Those pops aren't fun. I know the first one he lost his wind, and that hasn't happened to me since 6th grade, and I still remember like the horror that is the lost wind.
Lost wind can knock you for a loop. It can knock you for a loop.
You don't think it's coming back?
Here's Madden there with a nice dart again to number 14.
What?
But again, we're going to go with Vernali on the coverage. The catch was made by Canziani. And we're telling the nice stories here. The kid who had the pressure on the previous play, Mason Dalton, is a really nice story. He was injured before the season and has really put his head down and rehabbed to get back on the field. So that's a nice story today. A lot of nice stories today for Tam, where they're getting Khalil Jackson in the game or Mojave Lovell and Trevor Koo's kicking. And look at that. Well, if you leave Anderson out on the field, good things are going to happen for Tam. I'm telling you, this Madden kid, kind of like what he does. Joe Miller might be looking over his shoulder at this point in time because that was a nifty little creative play by Quinn
Speaking
Madden.
of Berlinski, he is a heart of a lion out there.
Yeah. Where are you with the 80s pop group Berlin? You were either a Berlin guy or a missing persons guy, or perhaps both.
There's a whole post-punk conversation to be had about that.
yeah.
They were certainly a part of it since like our dear friend punk rock ended at about 1982.
Yes, 123. Don't tell that to Green Day. Here we go. Madden rolling right, and he throws that ball in the dirt. Oh, number 8 was the intended target, Elijah Blake.
Well, as you know, it kind of they call that hardcore after the punk rock scene, and Green Day probably fits in both.
Blink 182 with a little power pop punk situation going on. The San Diego Sound.
They sold a few T-shirts. That Green Day.
So 1 minute to go. We got to get this running clock going because we've gone Berlin. We're going Terry Nunn, Dale Bazio, missing persons, and we're praising San Rafael for their hearty efforts here. Quentin Madden, I tell you, I like this kid. The rollout, the scramble. I tell you, if I'm Casey Sully,
well, I
might want to work a little package with that guy in next
week. A
week.
little new order and a little lost control. You know, I feel like the Bulldogs have sort of lost control of this.
We're calling timeout. No, we had the running clock going. I was thinking about Super Duper. Come on.
Oof, nice call. I had it last night.
What'd you go with, Pete?
Well, you know, the mini.
Standard?
You don't need the double. You go
well,
mini.
guys like you and me,
Mini,
we got to stay
please.
away from the double. We got to go mini.
Add
We gotta
avocado,
go mini.
of course.
Yeah.
Grilled onions, and then the double chocolate shake. My daughter had the same.
I said you got to stay away from the double, and you went for the shake.
How about shake and a half? My daughter drank half of hers. I reached over and I grabbed that. I had two. I had a half shake.
Well,
and
you're tall. You know, you get out there, you surf.
Look,
You're lean.
It's a sugar thing.
It's been a tough few months for me. I put on a few.
Well,
I got to get back on the planner.
Winter.
Here we go, guys. 43 seconds to go. Tam's up 49-0. It has just been an absolute triumph, wall-to-wall triumph for Matthew Lamont and the Red-Tailed Hawks. Quarterback Braden Young threw to several different receivers today, among them sophomores Timo Ural and sophomore Octavian Green. He found his old friend Andrew Gordon. He had he had a dump off to Jake's son for a touchdown. Son ran in another one. Reed Edwards caught one. They've done this, guys, all without the services of their big man, Lachlan Henley. And as Quinn Madden, chucks a beautiful pass over the middle, just behind his intended receiver, Hayden Berlinski. I think that might be it. We're down to 30 with the running clock, guys.
San Rafael's like, yeah, I'd like to get that zero off.
I tell you, this is a little bit of a moment here where San Rafael wants to put something on the board, and Tam's got a little pride here. They don't want to put it on the board. There's a little juice on this last play, Pete. There's a little juice on this last play. Tam does not want – they want the shutout, and instead he throws to Berlinski, but well covered. Got to give it up to Patrick O'Keefe. Nice with the tackle that's going to guarantee. Oh, San Rafael called timeout.
Okay.
Look at this. Look at this. This has become a little game within a game.
You realize if they do not score here, that will be even more salt in that
once again,
fresh wound.
The old Little League coach in me can't stop. Patrick O'Keefe, one of my favorite players I've ever coached. P-Nice, we called him. What a story. He worked so hard took on football. Was not the biggest kid. Has hit the weight room, looks a little stronger. He made that individual tackle right there to keep Berlinski out from that.
Is he your sophomore? Is he a sophomore?
Patrick is a junior. P-Nice, yes. So, will Lamont make any substitution right now to keep the shutout going? Or will – no, I think you got to trust your twos and threes. You got to trust your twos and threes. But there is a game within a game here. Sully wants to get on the board. Lamont would love to see that goose egg go back to the flat iron. We'll see what happens here.
He gets on the board with 3 seconds left, and Sully says, so there is a chance.
So let's go here, guys.
Okay.
Little drama. And
Let's go, defense.
I'll tell you, Quinn Madden at quarterback's a little dangerous. So we'll see. He might run this thing in. Who knows? The starters are back in. Jake's son is back at safety. We got ourselves a game within the game here. Oh, my goodness. And here's Madden. He's got to deal with the pass rush now, and he's got some time. He throws it to the end zone.
That's it.
Incomplete. Tam gets the shutout. Lamont gets a 49-0 win. Some of the students run onto the field to celebrate. And the game is over. Tamalpais 49, San Rafael nothing. The MCAL opener is done. Homecoming victory for your Tam Red-Tailed Hawks. Pete, what do you say?
A pleasure working, if you call it work today, Mr. Murph. I loved every minute of that. It's great fun. We stood up the whole time. I can't imagine sitting down on a job like this.
Oh, no,
what a privilege! What a privilege to support this team, this community of ours. A real thrill.
Once again, we want to congratulate the Tam Red-Tailed Hawks and the San Rafael Bulldogs. San Rafael's really putting it together, trying to kind of turn around a program that's been down for a long, long time. But this one, as Coach Prime would say, was personal for Matthew Lamont and the Red-Tailed Hawks. Listen, this Tam team is on a mission. They have a really, really good squad this year. And you talk offense, defense, O-line, D-line, quarterback, skill positions, wide receivers, special teams. We can talk about it. They're off to a 4-1 start. They're 1-0 in league. It was important for them to send a message to the county that an undefeated San Rafael team was no match for what the Red-Tailed Hawks are building. And they're running over to celebrate now with the cheerleading crew and the team.
And the coaches give a nice hug to each other. All right.
Well, that's one where I think
kinda.
I think maybe, Sully goes to the Flatiron, Lamont to the Deuce. Maybe you meet halfway at the Silver Peso.
Oof.
And I think Sully has to buy the first round. I think Sully
that
has
might
to
be
buy
part of the
first round.
deal,
Yeah, so,
as you mentioned during
but
our
either
interview
way,
on Thursday.
guys, a real pleasure to see all these young kids, all the young sophomores, all the backups who got to play today. Just a triumph for TAM football, which is really coming on in the Matthew Lamont era. Shout out to the defensive coordinator, Anthony Mejia, who put the shutout on the board.
Shout out to my daughter, senior year. Cheer squad's looking
the cheering
good.
squad,
Yeah,
they look great
their
at
game.
halftime.
They're at their game. They keep it funky. They're working their butts off, and they are really looking good. So much progress to the TAM cheer squad.
Now, just to get it right, next week is a home game, right, against Archie Williams? Right, Mike? Home game? Oh, up at San Anselmo? Okay. And then the week after at Kentfield against Marin Catholic. This is Brian Murphy and Pete Searson signing off from the Sam Chapman Stadium at Bruce Grant Field. TAM TV.
The
Once
pleasure's
again, I wanna
ours.
thank
Keep listening, everybody.
The TAM High
Thanks for the
Foundation,
support.
the TAM High Boosters, and the PTSA for making this pleasant and possible. Have a pleasant good evening, everyone. Signing off, TAM 49, San Rafael.